and welcome to Dreams of Dragons, a Ryuutama game. I'm going to pause until chat tells me my microphone is on this time, because I'm not doing all of
Should
that
be.
twice again. Okay, cool. Then let's once again start with our sponsors. We have, of course, Tabletop Loot. They do like mugs and shirts, but most importantly, they do dice. And dice are everything. They're shiny, they're beautiful, they make amazing sounds, and you always need more of them in every amazing color, sparkle, leafiness. Just go there, buy everything. Use WTTP dice to get 15% off your order so you can buy even more. Or go over to So Nerdware. They are the merch shop that always have our Welcome to the Party merchandise. Use welcome at checkout to get 10% off. One of my players just remembered she was supposed to grab some dice, so, maybe just order some extra just to be safe next time. We're using Roll20. It's not shown on the viewer screens, but my players are using it in some cases to roll virtual dice. They are using it to listen to the music I give them, and I'm using it to share beautiful handouts and maps with them. Roll20 is amazing. And especially now that most of us are still not allowed to gather in real life, use it to stay connected with people. And then, of course, we have Devin Rue, who is a huge support to our community. And she makes amazing maps that are printed on all sorts of things and laser engraved on all sorts of things. And you can find her on ruinc.com. Moving on, we have the Welcome to the Party Patreon. It keeps the channel going. Things cost money, sadly. And people joining the Patreon help us make more content, mainly supporting the LGBTQ and BIMPOP players and creators. And check us out at patreon.com/welcome to the party RPG. And of course, since everyone has too much spare time on their hands, in some cases because their children are going back to school, I'm looking at certain happy Dutch people, we have a Discord where we hang out and talk. And in this case, we have a channel for this game. We share maps. Hopefully, Lana will share pictures of Clover as she continues her adventures. And yeah, maybe at some point discuss mysterious goings on that may or may not be happening in this game at some point. Indeed. All right, let's go around and introduce players/characters very briefly. You don't have to say too much about what you did last time because our journal keeper, will be giving a short recap after you've briefly introduced yourself. I'm going to start at my top right because I don't have Twitch open right now and give the word to Lana.
Yeah, so don't worry, the kids to school thing, the Netherlands is being very careful. Like half the kids can go to school and they only have 12 hours a week, like 2 days, unfortunately. Anyway, I am playing Fern. This is Clover, the emotional support baby goat. She is traveling with us. I am a crocheter and I want to bring all my talents to the world, and I'll hit you with a big crochet needle if you piss me off.
Perfect. Clockwise, Ines.
Hello, I'm Ines. I will be playing Lily Two Forest, your mom hunter technical type thing. A very pragmatic person. Yeah, I'm ready to have fun and yes, evoke some emotions.
Beautiful. Let's move on to Alex.
Hi there, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns. I'll be playing Juniper, who uses she, her pronouns. She is a down on her luck winter magic merchant who is trying to make up for recent losses.
Which were not as bad as they could have been. Angela.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Angela. I am going to be playing here with everyone else the spring magic healer Hana, who's just on a trip just to try and see her pen pal, who she hadn't seen in a while after a recent loss in her life. Just taking some time to go out on the road and get reacquainted with some nice, pleasant memories. And hopefully not die with only being at 3 health.
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah.
What could go wrong, right? Did you make a backup character?
Build next session.
Michael.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Waden San Clemente II, a young, maybe slightly naive, but eager and well-meaning noble fighter type, who is on his first journey and really excited to see what it has in store for him.
Very cool. My name is Anik. I play the currently to my party unnamed Ryujin. They haven't met me yet. They haven't seen me yet. They don't know about me yet. We'll see if that changes at some point. So last time, I actually have to rectify one rule flub. I unfairly halved Juniper's health twice. Once for a failed condition check and once for a failed camping check. Should only have been the camping check. You do not lose half your health on a condition check unless you fumble, like certain other people did. A 3 just means you're doing terribly and you're very, 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 very likely to be injured. And if you have a status effect, like if you roll badly the following morning, the status effect doesn't go away. So you'll be sick longer. But for now, we have unhalved part of his health, her health.
Yes.
Her health.
So I'm at 6.
You're at 6, which
Hooray.
is amazing. Oh, I see my web captioner is the wrong font. I'll fix it in a minute. I think that was the only rule I ruined awfully.
Oh.
I also forgot to mention Juniper is the quartermaster, which means she's tracking rations and supplies and in charge of the pack animal for the party. I didn't mention the other special jobs. I forgot the quartermaster. I'm so sorry. You're so important.
Oh boy.
Keep everyone alive.
Gonna be fun.
We'll be fine. So I'm now. The problem is the person giving a recap is also the person who should be fixing the web captioner because it's not working for a few people.
Yeah, I could do the
Quick-
recap real quick if you need. I have it
Or I
prepared.
can read your recap while you fix web captioners because I'm only seeing it
Yeah.
on 2 people and mine's all messed up.
Yeah, yours is really wide and a different font.
I know. I'll reload the JSON file into it in a second.
Okay.
Is mine doing okay? No.
Yours isn't working at all, and neither is Inez's or Angela's.
I see
just,
yours working,
Another
Lana.
link.
It's just
I
Inez and
stopped and started again,
Angela.
so it's
On-
working now. Oh, and
On
the
Twitch, it's
background.
a black bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing so far anything on mine.
Which is so weird.
Let me just-
Oh, wait. Okay, no, it started going again. Mine's fine.
I'm seeing it now. Your background is just black, Lana, instead of
I'm
like.
trying to fix that. I don't know. why it
25%.
didn't-
I sent a new link if that helps.
Okay.
anything.
I will
Um,
update that.
But
It's at 100%. Yeah.
But
I'm
my
gonna fix it.
background is already 25%
It should
opacity.
fix in just a second.
So how about now?
It looks
Is it
good for you,
captioning now?
Lana. Yeah.
Oh, but it's no, it's working. Good.
It's working, but it's also going in Dutch.
Yeah, that's because my accent is obviously Dutch.
Oh, there
Mine
goes mine.
just made
Okay.
it even worse.
I think it works.
Mine's the
Okay,
worst.
why won't it?
Yours
Why
has
won't
like
it realize
I
that
got
I'm
it.
not speaking Dutch?
I think if you change the language,
Where do I do that?
you do it underneath appearance, like language, and then go to.
Viewers,
I'm
we
sorry,
appreciate your
people.
patience as we deal with technology
It's
gremlins at the moment.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this is just.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
It's
so
fine.
much.
Thanks.
We're trying to make sure everyone can follow this.
Or at least follow as best as our captioners can manage for us.
Mhm.
I'm resetting mine completely and reloading the JSON file and restoring from file. Please work.
How about I take this time to get some dice and open a window? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, all of our
This is a
wonderfully
Yes,
patient
thank you
viewers.
thank you for being patient.
No.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
not-
give you a new link. And then turn it back on and pray, I guess, to some kind of dragon god.
I mean, to be fair to all of our wonderful viewers, do you want to see us fumbling around with the tech gremlins, or do you want to see us immediately dying? I mean, it's your pick, whichever one you would like to go with.
Are valid options, right?
I
All
think it's
options.
going to be English now, right?
It looks English to me.
I hope so.
I'm scared
Yeah.
to start talking and see what it does.
Okay, now it's really small.
Anyway,
In any case, I think we'll be fine. Wait, is mine not? Okay, it's working. It's just slow because of the delay. Never mind.
we'll just
Mine is
show
fine.
off
Yours is very small and unique. And in a different font again. It was back to normal for a bit.
Great. How about you just start with the recap and I fix it some more, I guess?
Okay. Yeah, you work on that and then it looks so it's for me it updates on my OBS before I send it to the stream, so it looks normal now other than the background opacity. There you go.
The opacity to 25. Is it good now? How about now?
Oh,
I
thanks
think
for
so.
subscribing to Coda Vega. Yay.
Ooh,
Thank you, Coda Vega.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. My friend
Okay.
is letting us know that we're
It
in
looks
the
good. It all looks good now, I think.
Yay! We did
Great
it!
job, guys.
We did it!
Alright, mission accomplished. Good stream, everybody.
Alright, we're out here.
Alright, we're done,
know what?
guys. See you next week. Well done.
a banishment spell was successfully cast by all members of the party in order to remove the
Heck yeah.
gremlins.
Okay. Hopefully
Alright.
We have to hurry.
this little part gets shorter and shorter every week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Alright, so as our journal keeper, Waden has taken down in his little leather notebook what happened today, so I will read that for you guys. So, upon arrival in Maple Ward, I stopped for a cup of tea in a small tea shop. I met a lovely older huntress named Lily, who graciously helped me with ordering some tea and entertained me with conversation. I learned she had recently arrived in Maple Ward herself, and had recently began her journey. A group of other women caught our attention as a young woman came in looking distraught, and one of the older ladies offered her a baby goat for comfort. I overheard her telling a story about being given wrong directions and having taken a long time getting into town. Her stock of pears had rotted. I offered to help the young woman, whose name I learned to be Juniper. Upon hearing my offering of help, the young boy who worked in the tea shop asked if I would be willing to help his father as well. I quickly agreed and asked the other travelers if they would help me in helping this young boy and his father. The boy informed us that his father had fallen ill and needed a special medicine that they didn't have in town and couldn't afford. Hana, one of the older ladies that was helping Juniper, talked to the tea shop owner to get more information. We learned that the medicine needed was something called King's Milk Salve, and the closest we could obtain it was a place a few days' journey away called Scarlet Pond. There, we were supposed to meet with Ingeborg Jonassen, the aunt of Rakel, the tea shop owner. With Lily's help, we figured the direction of Scarlet Pond and prepared for our journey. Setting out for the journey, Hana and Juniper were a bit over-eager and may have overexerted themselves, but it's nice to see them excited as I am. We crossed paths with some workers who were clearing a bunch of rotted pears from the roadside and moved quickly past, as they seemed to be quite upset with whoever had left the hazard. It was Juniper, but we didn't want to get her in trouble, so we just kept moving. Along the road, well, if you could call it a road, we encountered our first dragon statue. As is tradition, I stopped to leave my walking stick and pick one up that had been left by a traveler before. The one I picked up is so intricately carved with symbols and designs that must tell such a wonderful story. I spent most of the day imagining what kind of stories the stick had seen and wondering what stories I'll have to bring home from my journey. And then, mechanically speaking, for a reminder for everyone, Hana used magic to make the tea shop owner look and feel beautiful, did her hair and makeup. And Hana also enchanted our rations to be delicious, which will benefit our condition check tomorrow. And we have some delicious food that the tea shop owner gave us for the journey that we need to eat before it goes bad. We had 1 fumble on a condition check by me, and 2 fumbles, I believe, by Hana and Juniper during our travel check. I think we had a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, it's taking some getting used to this whole traveling business for some of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my first time traveling, but it seems like it is.
Yeah, it feels like it is.
That's good. Then it feels fresh and you'll enjoy it more.
Mhm.
No?
So,
I
going forward, when you roll your condition in the morning, please write down your number somewhere because it's used to refer back to in certain points. It sets a difficulty level for certain things that have not been relevant yet. Dun dun dun.
Very ominous indeed.
Something to be concerned
No,
about.
this is going to be wholesome.
This is fine.
I will make this wholesome.
This is fine.
So I think if I remember right, I got a 3 on my track. Does that mean my
Yes, you
condition
got
is
a-
3?
Yes, your condition is 3 today.
That seems.
Oh, so if I fumble, I'm at condition 2.
Yes.
That's good.
So, one of the things that happens, it looks like it's still not captioning on my Twitch
Oh boy.
for me. I hate this thing. Yeah, no, it means that if like you trip or you're caught in a storm or you eat something wrong and we roll to see if you get a status effect, it just means the lower your condition is, the more likely it goes badly for you when you check to see if you get a status effect. And it also means it's more likely you don't get rid of it the following morning.
I
So
wrote
like,
down.
if you have condition 9 and you step in a rabbit hole, it's probably gonna be fine. If you have condition 3 and you step in a rabbit hole, you're probably breaking your ankle.
Yikes.
Did we roll condition for today? Because I didn't write anything down. I did write
You-
down travel.
We're
You
still on the first
were-
day of travel.
You're still in your first day of travel. You were ending with the camping check as Hana saw something moving in the tall grass around your camp.
That's right.
So you only have done 1 condition check so far. And 1 person actually got an 11 on that, which means they were in tip-top shape and got to upgrade one of their dice. 1 person fumbled, and 1 person very nearly fumbled.
We're getting the hang of this game. It's new.
Yes.
We
Fun
got
though.
it.
I mean, I'm still getting the hang of this game. There's a reason I have the PDF open next to me. I know these rules. Fine. Rules are for other people. So my web captioner says it's going, but it's not sending to you,
Oh, boy.
apparently. You can see it running on my screen.
It's just not updating in the overlay. And I put in that most recent link you gave me. Ooh.
You want a new one?
Sure. Let's give it one more try. 3rd time's the charm, right?
At some point it's gotta work right. Well, the person who printed my dragon horns used 16 3D printers the 3rd time around because he was sick of them failing, and now he has 38 of them. But I don't have any of them.
Oh wow.
Next week.
I feel like this
Okay,
is the moment
new link.
I feel like this
the
is the
newest.
moment where tech support comes in and they're just like, have you tried turning it off and on again? And we're like, 3 times already.
I used to work tech support. The next step is a hammer.
Hey. Hey, it's working. At least for now.
Okay.
Good. So we were ending with Hana seeing something adorable in the tall grass. I believe it was your first time seeing an actual live dragon. Grass dragon.
And I just sort of like very carefully like just start walking over to it,
Sure.
and I just try and call out to it, hello? Hello? I can see you. You don't have to worry your hide. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise.
It seems to be very busy chewing on something and not so much focused on you.
Sort of turn back to the group and I just sort of mention, I think, actually, let me just double check something real quick. I think, actually, yeah, maybe Waden. I'll go over to Waden and I'll sort of ask, well, Waden and Lily, do either of you see that, or know anything about that?
What? I'll look over wherever she's gesturing. Do I see anything?
It's kind of hard to see because they're actually very well camouflaged for the grasslands, since they're literally part of the land. But if Hannah goes a little, points it out real carefully, you can see an adorable little green grass dragon gnawing on something.
Oh, that's a. I think I maybe read about this. With my refined education, do I maybe know something deeper about what I'm seeing?
Tell me what your refined education does again.
I
Me
can-
and everyone watching.
So it's from my noble background, and because I got a very rich person education, I can
did.
I can
Very little
recall.
hands-on real-world experience.
Look, it's okay. Oh yeah, here it is. After years of study under a learned tutor, you have memorized facts and trivia about many aspects of the world. You know more than the average person about history, famous people, and well-traveled places. So I know detailed information about the things I see or hear.
Oh, well, you're
With an
pretty sure this
intelligence
is
check.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can tell you now this is a grasslands dragon because, duh. You can make an intelligence check to see if you know a little bit more.
That's gonna go so well for me.
Oh, don't jinx it. Maybe it will really go well for you. Stranger things have happened.
It's a 2 and a 1. So that's a total of 3, which is my lucky number, so.
I will also remind my players of their fumble points that
Oh.
you're not adding into. It also won't save you if you spend one now, but you know, for things that are a little closer to being successful. If I remember correctly, you still had 2 in your party pool,
Yes.
so be mindful of those.
I'm rolling d4s, so I didn't have high hopes.
That's fair, actually. Yeah, no, that's probably a grasslands dragon.
I think that's. It looks to me like it might be a grasslands dragon, actually. I'm not sure, I haven't really seen one before, but we kind of glossed over that chapter. I may have been distracted that day in class. Yeah, I think so.
Being from the grasslands, have I ever seen one?
They're normally really sneaky. You've mainly seen evidence they've left behind, and like see them like mainly the grass move where they're moving through it. In general, they're very secretive, sneaky, quiet bastards. But this one is obviously doing something with full focus, completely ignoring the fact that he's being seen. I will let Hannah make me an intelligence check.
So would that just be, I'm just double checking on my sheet, I guess, would that fit under job knowledge? Because that's intelligence?
Yes,
the
because
roll?
you're a herbalist.
Okie doke. That would be 5.
5. You're rolling amazingly. Not great.
56s. That's not terrible for
It's not terrible.
It's about average.
You're like in grasslands. You can find not only those sunset Jaime apples you found previously. If you're super lucky, you may be able to see and find things called grand raspberries. Those are famous everywhere. They're absolutely delicious, and you can sell them for a lot of money. Considering the fact that this little dragon is obsessively eating something, there's a fair chance he's in a patch of grand raspberries, eating until he vomits and then just going back in there.
I will take the time to mention that to everyone. In particular, but I'll probably mention it first to Juniper, since she's the one who's currently dealing with the most stock, having dropped significantly in recent memory.
So Juniper is sitting on the riding elk, and she has been casting like an incantation magic for a while. So she's been kind of distracted and not paying attention to what's going on. You can see that she's like making some like patterns in the air with her hands and like mumbling in Dragonic, I think the language is of magic. And so
magic is given to the world by the dragons. So yes.
Yeah. So there is slowly a like very pretty, mostly transparent like ice shield. Kind of looks like sort of a concave, like a big floating, nice curve. And and I think she's finishing it up right as you come over, and then it sort of like goes from being like wispy and transparent to sort of like popping into existence. And then I think she says, "Oh, Hana, this is great. I noticed you were looking a little tired today," she says, trying to be diplomatic. "And I thought that if we ran into anything dangerous, this could protect you." And she sort of like, adjusts the runes around the shield a little bit, and it sort of floats over and starts like circling around Hana, protecting her.
Thank you. This is very sweet. Everyone, what do we want to do? It looks like there might be some very, very nice raspberries over there, but I don't want to disturb the little dragon.
Dragons are just like grass dragons are herbivores, right?
Are they friendly? Should we feed it?
Well, no, maybe I could send in Clover and it could distract it and maybe play with it.
Does it seem playful?
Well,
This is my first time with a dragon.
No. I've only seen what they do. I've never seen one in real life. But there's a lot of grass dragons where I live. Apparently, they make a mess sometimes, but it's fine.
Well, then I'll trust your judgment. Yeah, let's give it a try.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Is there like an animal handling check so I can tell Clover to go play?
Something. Flavor pets don't have stats. Let me
I
look
know.
for this.
That's why she doesn't have stats, but I do.
It's true. If you want to sacrifice your goat in session 2, that's fine.
No sacrificing. She's gonna
Wait.
play.
It's supposed to be wholesome.
I thought they were herbivores.
Don't
Thank you
kill
for
my
reminding
goat.
me. Wholesome.
Numenera was last night. The weird, terrifying stuff, that's my jurisdiction, Anik.
Yeah, leave the goat sacrifice to the other games.
Last thing I ran on this channel was Call of Cthulhu, and they failed to save the world, and the Great Old One awakened. Okay,
I tried, but
I am trying.
I was busy being a lesbian. Just don't come at me.
It's true. You were very busy being alive.
If that is not the most relatable thing I've heard in this whole life. I was busy being a lesbian. Oh my god.
Whoever does clips, please be on and please clip just that segment of I was busy being a lesbian.
That's the same energy as that "move I'm gay" gif.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the person who clips doesn't watch this because I don't think anything's been clipped yet. So we're safe.
I have
At least I am.
Well, I clip it.
Wait,
Other
we have our text channel. I can go put it in there.
Yeah.
Let me look
I mean,
because I'm assuming this is
that's
something
another
to.
Just bear with me while I cut off Clover's butt.
quote. No.
Just her tags.
I thought we were avoiding the goat sacrifice.
It's about to say, I'm not allowed to mess with your goat, but you can take scissors to her.
It's just her butt. It looks
Well.
better now.
Okay.
All
I had
right,
to-
roll me int and spirit to
But I
convince your
don't have
goat.
any intelligence. I'm very stupid.
That cannot be my problem. I'm sorry.
I went for it anyway.
You don't know that you have a D4 intelligence.
You?
2!
Would that be a fumble?
I wanted to watch.
Right. So the party goes to 3 fumble points.
Fumble
Lana gets a fumble point, and Clover looks at you, turns around, and lays down underneath Sven.
Right.
You know what? That's a beautiful trade-off, I think. I think that's a very wholesome trade.
I mean, it's good that they're becoming friends, but... Okay,
He's making friends,
yeah,
Could-
just with an elk instead of a dragon. You didn't specify.
True. She's only a baby. She doesn't know better.
This game may call that a fumble. I call that a success,
It is a
regardless.
success. I mean, the win.
Look at me being wholesome with your fumbles.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it seem like the dragon has noticed us?
No. You are, at one point, while Fern is talking to Clover, you hear this ridiculously loud belch that you don't think it could have come from a dragon that small, and yet no one else is around.
I want you all to know, by the way, that Lily has been standing there, just like listening to the group, with her bow like at her side, and like keeping it like at a like tense, you know. But she says, I mean, I could approach. I promise I won't like do anything to it. This is just for safety.
You could sneak up on it and startle it, maybe.
Well, I don't know about startling. Maybe how about
That's not too mean.
if you keep an eye, I could maybe take some of one of those muffins that the tea
one of
shop
the
owner gave
delicious
us
thingies.
and see if it seems like it's hungry, right?
Maybe it
Sure.
would be open for a trade.
I just all of a sudden Lily goes like into tactic mode, and she just like kneels down, and she in the grass she's like, okay, so the dragon is here. How about you go around this side and I flank around this side? You like when I give this signal, you go with the trade-off, and I'll just I'll just keep an eye out.
It's just a cupcake, Lily.
But I don't want the dragon to like, devour Wayden.
I think I
Context,
be
the dragon's
okay.
about this big.
yeah.
It's a tiny grass
Uh-huh.
dragon.
Those boots are
be
doing
too careful.
things to you.
We don't know if they have sharp teeth or if they're
Lily,
dangerous.
have you ever thought of taking up needlework? It's very relaxing.
I have in the past, and it's not for me.
Okay. So
My kids would ruin it.
I could take a little bit of that delicious food, maybe like one little muffin, and pull some crumbs off, and I'll, with Lily's direction, kind of counter and slowly making my presence known with some food out in front, kind of approaching the dragon with a little like, pss, 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 like calling a cat over.
Good. Yeah, so
kind of offering out some food.
Yeah, I do go around the other side, and I make sure to like be like low in the grass and have an eye out for the dragon. I don't aim my bow at it, but I do have an eye out for it.
Juniper, do you have like a bucket or something that we can go get some of the thingies when the dragon goes the other way?
Oh, yeah, sure. And I start fumbling in the cart looking for something.
I'll take off my hat and turn it over to. It's really
To
big,
fill
it
with
can hold them all.
raspberries.
Yeah,
Accurate.
and if it gets pink,
Okay.
it gets pink in the process. I don't mind.
Might get cuter.
Yeah.
Nothing will make up for mountaineering crocs, I'm sorry.
Viewers who missed last week's episode, I am wearing mountaineering Crocs because they were cheaper.
And more
However,
comfortable.
Fern believes they're cool.
They're just like so unique.
However, I believe it's a fashion statement that we should not make.
All right,
Expression
so
I have now is my expression towards the presence of Crocs.
mountaineering crocs.
Something,
So someone's
something lesbian.
someone is heading towards the dragon, going.
Yes. Here.
You can actually get pretty close to him. And when he sees you, you can tell he has like around his mouth is just red. There's red all down his front, and he makes this angry little trilling sound at you, and just sort of goes down into the grass, and you don't see him.
It's okay. I just wanted
Sounded
to
pretty pissed, but it's
say hello, and I'm kind of looking around now that I don't know where it is. Maybe one step
Okay.
backwards.
you see some of the grass stalks move, like slinger around to your left.
Okay, I'm gonna scatter some of the crumbs that I have that way that I'm kind of pulling off of this little muffin.
As you're looking around more while you're scattering those crumbs, you see that there are, in fact, bushes of the ground raspberries that normally you'd be able to see regularly, but they've been like snapped off at the stems a bit to keep them lower, so they're not sticking out from the tall grass. So you feel like you may have found his little private patch.
Oh. Oh, what do I do?
Should we make like an offering or something so we can get some? I don't want to steal from a dragon.
No, this is it's everybody's bush. It's in the grasslands.
Yeah. Okay, grasslands and ownership, it's actually very complicated. My village has this whole book of rules about who gets to put their sheep where, and so, I mean,
Oh my god, they do.
yeah.
Could I?
And God forbid someone blocks the road someone wants to take their sheep across. It's not allowed.
Exactly. And when you have your ewes there, you can't bring it, you know?
All right, I'm like, no, we've got this. Lily, go get the fruit. And I toss the basket that I got out of the wagon over to Lily.
I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of
Just
fruit-based
like-
rule breaking going on, guys.
I just like fumble and I try to like I get it, and then I kind of stay low. No, actually I don't stay low. I just stand up and I just like with my heavy boots I just stomp over, and I just get the raspberries.
You can roll me a strength and int check to see if you do in fact get raspberries.
Hell yeah, I will. So strength and int. So that's D6, D8.
Nice.
Ooh, 10.
And it takes you a little bit because you have to be very careful because these bushes are, the thorns are like tiny daggers.
Oof.
But you rolled high enough that you don't take damage.
Yay.
I will also link this in chat for you. You get, in total, if you spend enough time here, a single bushel of berries. It counts as one bag. They can be used as delicious food, and they're size 3.
Does that mean they go
Okay.
off within a day?
It does. Unless you have a way to preserve them.
Jamming!
Down.
No?
Mid-grassland scanning techniques by Fern.
It's not that hard.
To pack a kitchen.
Oh, you
check,
just-
check out this one secret that all other grassland residents don't want you to know about.
Also,
About
let me
jamming your
Scanners
first,
hate her.
yes, let me also first write a story of like 1,200 words about one day my grandma. So you have to scroll really long time.
Yeah.
And I can feel very distinctly how many like bakers and cooks we have in this party, like of players, just from the shared disgust dealing with that every time a recipe link happens. Just like
I just love making these on a lazy Sunday morning as my children play in the backyard. Time to prepare, 7 hours. What?
Do-
No!
Do you use chocolate chips? Do you use cocoa powder? Do you use baking? I need to. These are more important to me than whether your children are okay. I want children to be okay, but these are more important.
So
to
don't
us.
use cups, just get a scale, people. It's not just for drug dealers.
Just weigh your thing. Anywho,
So
herding
Well,
the party
carrying
back
on.
to the plot.
Huh? So I get these berries and I get them in the basket, and then I just like hold up the basket and I say, "Got it," and then I I come back, and then I then I'm like, wait, and then I turn around slowly, well, not slowly. I turn around and I go back and I is there like a patch of dirt like in the like
You'd have to make one.
That's sad. Okay. I don't have anything to leave behind. Wait, do I?
I'll be leaving this muffin behind, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I see that,
So I like look through my bag and I don't have anything to leave behind it, and I look to Waden and I say, Hey, come here.
yeah,
How about you leave that cupcake behind?
yeah. It's theirs. I don't know where they went, but
I don't know either.
they seemed a little upset, so I'm just gonna leave a gesture of goodwill, and I think we might get going.
Good one. And then I go and I turn around and I say, sorry. and then I just go.
Okay.
Jennifer? Jennifer? Aren't these
Yes?
going to go real bad real soon, like the pears, and then you're going to dump them somewhere and people are going to be mad and not know it's us?
Not quite yet, I don't think. And I might be able to. I don't know. I'm still figuring out that winter magic spell for food preservation.
If
But
anyone has a jar, I could make
we
some
make
jam.
good time. We can probably.
I'm going
Sure,
to.
no.
I'll just
No jar?
leave the rest of the muffin or cupcake or whatever that I had,
Baked good.
and kind of toss it out wherever I saw them kind of disappear, and just say, "Thank you for sharing. I hope you enjoy the cupcake. Maybe we'll see you around. I hope so." And he'll head back to the cart with the party. Like, I think, I don't know, the dragon disappeared, but I think we should get going.
Yep, agreed. Mission accomplished. Nice job, everyone. Good work, Lily. Is there anything she can't do?
Find the way. I failed at that last time.
We're probably doing right. I think I'm like looking in totally the wrong direction confidently.
I say it's that way, but yeah.
See, you're doing it already.
And then I hold up the basket and I say, "Can this like fit anywhere else? I don't
Make
have.
her more fitting. So,
I don't have."
everywhere.
Yeah, toss it in
Room
the
in my
wagon.
bag- I also have room in my backpack if need. No?
You could carry them? Yeah, sure. How about you carry them, Fern?
Okay.
Take good care of them. We need to eat those later.
Yeah, but they're gonna go bad.
Yeah, in a couple of hours. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. And then as we've done that, I don't know, what time is it in like our little
Gameland.
world?
You were actually coming towards the end of your day, so you're looking at duskish.
Got
Because you
it.
spend 8 hours regular travel, partly in the wrong direction. So you're about.
Scenic
You've been
route.
traveling for 8 hours because you didn't leave quite that early in the morning either. And you're about 4 hours out of Maple Ward.
Got it. So are there any trees in the neighborhood? Like, is there a forested area somewhere?
No. It is all grass. That's why I just swapped my background, because I realized there were too many trees in my background and it was a lie.
Should
Feel
we?
so at home.
Sometimes there's little bits of like rocky outcroppings, but those don't have trees.
Should
That's
we?
fine. I wanna go ahead and I see one of those rocky outcroppings like a couple, I don't know, like some time away, and I
Some distance away.
yeah, and
Keep
I
it
just
nice
I
and
just
vague.
go exactly, and I just go. How about we go there, then we set up camp there, and then we travel further in the morning.
You got it.
It's okay with me.
Okay, and so I'll lead the group over to one of these rock formations.
And
That's
I,
easily enough. You can actually see where you're going, so no way to get lost.
Good. So about this. Oh, someone was talking. Yeah, go ahead.
when we get to the rocks, I start pacing around them, and I'm casting a little spell and setting up little like floating icicles that are just like hovering just off the ground,
That's so cute.
like every couple of feet. And I say, "All right, these will give a little jingle if any bad monsters try to come by in the night. They'll wake us up. So listen for the jingle, everybody."
What will it sound like?
I flick one, and it gives a little ding ding ding.
Just like a wind chime kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds very useful,
So
actually.
that's my alert bell alarm, which will get us a +1 on our camp check.
Woohoo!
I say, very good idea. That was.
I approve of this.
And I am now extremely tired because I think that puts me down to 2 MP. So she is clearly like, and then I'm just gonna. And she like throws like her bedroll on the ground and then just flops onto it without even getting into it.
I think Hana's probably in a similar state because with doing all the stuff that I did for the delicious rations that cost me 10, so I've been at 4 MP for this whole.
And 3
I'll
HP.
just set up the tent around them. You mean like without the bottom part, so
Yeah.
they are at least just
covered. Yeah,
I can help with setting up tents.
I can set
And-
up a tent as well. Yeah.
As we get we'll get a tent around Hana and Juniper, and as we're getting the other tent set up, once we have that set up, Waden's gonna get into his big old backpack, and he starts pulling out just like blankets and some fleece and like all of these different beddings, like multiple blankets, little pillows. He pulls out like one big, like really fluffy pillow and starts to kind of fluff it, and starts like tucking everything in, and just has like,
Did we have like 2 or 3 tents?
I believe we had 2 tents.
2 tents.
So we have 3. We have 3.
We have 3
because-
tents. Okay.
We have 3.
Waden. I think
Sorry,
you can...
you have 2 tents.
2,
It's
one in the camping kit.
Three people in one tent.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Hence this, but it was for people in tents.
Okay.
You're gonna
Yeah.
need a lot of room, aren't you?
I know I just brought the essentials, really.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
I just
so you
look
go
and I
in the
say-
2-person tent.
Wait,
I
in
just
packs
look and
like
I
me,
say,
I feel
"That's
so
not."
seen.
he just
And I look to Fern and I say, "Would you like to sleep with Waden or?"
Well, If he doesn't mind Clover being with me, because if I go into the tent with the 3 people, I also have to bring Clover, and that may be a little bit too much because she does snore a little bit, and I don't want to wake up the people that are really tired, and I don't know.
But that's okay. I'm a very heavy sleeper, so
Yay!
snoring won't bother me.
Okay, let's go, Clover. Clover. I think Clover's staying with Sven.
I think you have a point. Clover and Sven are happy right now.
They're all snuggly. There's like this really big elk with a tiny, tiny coat.
Cute.
And I'm like, I'm kind of worried. I'm saying like, that's fine, but also there's a grown-up in that tent, and I'm a grown-up. I think I should be in this tent.
Are you not?
With
Am
Lily.
I not a grown up to you? I'm 22. I
You
have
are a
my own
grown-up.
house, my own business. I'm established.
I'm grown now as well.
Yes, you are, my dear boy.
Are you trying to chaperone us? We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get as much safety as I can. For if something happens with that tent, then there's one big person in there.
I assure you, I graduated the top of my class in both combat and archery. I'm very capable. My parents wouldn't have trusted me to go out on my own if they didn't know that I
Have
could
you
handle myself.
seen my crochet hook?
Okay. I'll go
I-
sleep in that tent. It's fine.
I appreciate your concern, but I just want to
Yes, thank
assuage
you.
your fears somewhat.
Yeah.
I know I'm young, but I'm capable.
Good to know.
Come, wait, and let's go sleep before Mom tells us we have to.
Yeah, gosh, Mom getting all up in her business. Leave us alone, Mom.
No,
Jeez.
I kind of imagine this is the moment, like, as tired as Hannah is, she's, for anyone who's ever seen the Simpsons meme picture of Martin on the school bus just tapping the bus seat next to him and just wanting, like offering Lily to come over, like, wherever her and
Come on.
Juniper are at. She's just like,
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, all right, okay. And then I turn around and I go, 1, 2, 3, 1.
That's such a mom thing to do, though.
And then I walk away, and with my heavy footfalls, and I then get a little softer as I get into the other tent, and I get out my sleeping bag and my pillow, and I put it down, and just a little irritated, just a little bit.
Hannah will come over and she won't say very much, but she'll pull out this very nice, it looks like it's a long feather quill pen that has split right down the middle. One set of feathers on the left side of it is a deep cerulean blue, and the other side is a contrasting sort of sunset orange tone. And she sort of opens up the back section of her book, of the rest of this sort of herb remedy book that she has, and she goes to like what looks like at least a few, like maybe like 10-15 pages in the back of like blank pages, and she hands over the quill to you. It's like, if you need to write out anything, you need to get out any thoughts.
Oh,
Like Lily has been taking out like her braid before bed, and so she stops, and then she very carefully takes the book and the quill, and then she starts writing, and you see her make faces when she does that. She makes faces, and then she kind of gets like a more, let's say, like a soft little like tinge of emotion in there, and then she keeps on writing, and then she puts like a big line underneath, and then she hands it back over. Thank you, I needed that.
And at that point, you hear giggling coming from Ferns and Waden's tent.
Well, Waden has like now that he's got all of his bedding set up, and he's like laying down with this big fluffy pillow under his arms, and kind of like his feet kicked up, and he's gotten out his little leather notebook, and has started writing all that little journal entry that we heard at the beginning. This is where he's kind of cataloged his day, and has been like chit chatting with Fern, and like they're all joking and giggling about Hana and Juniper getting so tired
Being
and
mean. We're just
in like a
being
nice way, yeah.
young people
Reliving
knowing the world.
All the crazy things that happened today.
Just harmless gossip, you know.
Lovingly self-absorbed.
That's Fern to a T.
Would people... Sorry. Would one person like to roll a camping check, please?
I guess I will do.
Camping
have...
was intelligence
Seems
based,
good.
right?
One person can support you. And if I remember correctly, you have a +1 to your camping check because of Juniper's magic.
Yay!
How so would it just be me rolling if I wanted to help Lily doing this? Would I also do the roll? And depending on what I got, whether it would add a bonus to it? Is that the
Yes. If
idea?
you would also roll intel and intel together, and then if you reach a certain target number, you would give Lily a +1.
As it's
Okay.
an intelligence check, Fern and
Okay.
Waden are just going to stay in their tent while this happens.
Is it Dex?
People in this town.
Low
It's all the
intelligence.
fighty people in one
All the
tent.
fighty
So yeah,
people in that tent. So is it Dex plus int or int plus int?
Intelligent.
We have street smarts,
No.
Fern, not book smarts.
Camp for me is Dex plus int.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a-
no, sorry, you're right. Dex plus int. I was looking one up. My bad. You're right.
Oh, that's
Okay.
less bad for me.
I can do that.
I will give it a shot. Hopefully I can reach a 5, but we will see.
I will assist. Let's see.
7.
So Dex plus int. Let's see.
So that is a 7. So that is, I think, success on my end. So I'm able to give Lily +1.
Yeah, because Lily also
So-
said she was supporting. So which one of you is supporting and which
I'm
one of you
supporting.
is rolling? You're supporting. Okay, so Lily, you get a +1 from Hannah and a +1 from Juniper's magic.
So +2
Awesome,
to whatever
so-
you rolled.
Yeah.
So all round, that's a 12.
That is a 12.
Nice.
Check if
We be
that is a-
out here. We rolling good.
We're in the double digits finally.
Jinx this. So what's that on your dice?
So on my d6 it's a 6, and on my
Yeah.
d8 it's a 4.
Okay, so it's not a crit, but it is a success. So for tomorrow morning, you all wake up with double the amount of hit points you currently have, up to your usual maximum. So extra good for people who weren't doing too well, and all mana points are restored.
Oh, nice.
I have one question, Anik, because you gave me this sheet and it has 12 and 16 at the hit points, and I don't understand.
That is amazing. Let me look at the sheet I gave you.
I think
The
your hit
12
points
out
should
of
be
16?
twice your strength.
Your hit points are twice your strength, but
Yeah.
I think
and
fighting
5 and
types,
16.
I think we get a
She
bonus.
she gets a bonus for being the fighting type, so that's your extra 4.
So I
you
do
have
have
16.
16. Oh.
Because I have
damn
20,
it. I am.
because I have 8 strength.
Jesus.
Yeah, he went full specialist. So you have
Nice.
16 because you would have 12 if you weren't a fighter.
Okay, so 16 is the thing.
16 is
I'm
the
now-
thing.
I'm now just staring over at Alex thinking, Mage life, squishy HP. Go
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mention it, but Waden's like a little jacked. Like he works out.
It works out.
He's in very good
so
shape.
so does Fern, apparently.
Yeah. No,
Fair
you
enough,
know,
yeah.
walking all those sheep, crocheting with this huge hook. I'm
Yeah.
built, man.
She's toned.
It's
For
like
sure.
you've been
Does
using
Lily.
training weights for your crochet hooks the whole time. You drop it on the ground and it goes.
You
Lol.
couldn't pick up my crochet needle.
I love this. I love this headcanon so much. You're just like anyone who goes over who isn't built like Fern. It's just like this feels like so much.
It's like the Thor's hammer of crochet hooks.
She's just
You crochet with this?
You have to be worthy.
All
Yeah, and Lily is built as well. I mean, she's been pulling that bow for like ages. So,
Right.
but other than that, I think so. Camping check is made. So, Lilia has been like taking out her braid and like undoing her hair and stuff, and undoing the corset type bodice that she has on.
I
And
think the
as she
word you're
does
looking
that,
for is stays. Those are
What
the
is that?
non-corsety corset things.
oh,
Stays.
interesting. A stays. I'll look it up
Learn
later.
something new.
Yeah. And so as she like undoes that, Hana would be able to see, maybe Juniper as well, if she's still awake. Like there's a gold locket that just like pops out of like the bosom when she snaps it. She like snaps it off. And it just kind of dangles before she puts it in her tucks it in the blue shirt she has on.
Juniper is just like face down in her pillow sleeping.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, so that's a little something, a little nugget that I want to share.
Everyone, go to sleep. Juniper's already out. Fern and Waden are bonding over being young, fighty people who don't need no education. Anything you need to do before rest?
No, I think she would probably take the note of the locket, because I imagine Hana's way of helping is that for however much experience Lily has with hunting animals and making sure things are safe around the camp, maybe I have just a tiny bit more on the like herbology sort of end. So I'm just making sure a couple of things that she might have like lost track of, or it's like, oh, that's just grass or something like that, and I'm just like, actually, that's like a very poisonous plant that often looks like grass, and you need to snip it right here, and it's not toxic if you just and just like get. And she just has like a little like light. It's her light blade, but I'm thinking of it as like a little like cutting sort of trowel that she's just. It's like,
Yep.
It's like her hands are covered in like little sticky kind of substances that like when it's cut, the sap is no longer toxic and it just smells sweet, kind of like honey.
So before face planting and everyone else resting, I'm assuming you all ate delicious food for dinner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Glossing over the eating part, but it's important for tomorrow's condition checks.
It is.
If you don't
Nom,
eat,
nom, nom.
that also has certain
Mm-hmm.
mechanical
You know, I think
points.
I think we make like a little fire or something, and then we eat around it and stuff, and we have a little dinner of ourselves, and yeah.
All right, updating our delicious food total down to
And
0.
water. And
And
we
we
need to drink
Drink
water.
all our water.
All
How-
of it? Oh my god.
Yeah, because a water skin is a day's worth of water, so I would be out of water. I need to get
Didn't
more
we
in the
have
morning.
like water for all of us? No.
Looking at your quartermaster, but in your party kit, you also had a barrel that you could use to carry water.
We did fill
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I-
you would have a barrel of water.
How many
And I
days worth of water? is
Filled
that?
my water skin at the tea shop before we left.
Yeah. So you're out of your personal water, but there's still the party's water.
Okay.
And it looks like that holds 15 days worth of water. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we're
Okay,
good
so
then.
That's
Amongst
no,
5
that's
of us.
3 days.
Yeah.
No, because there's 5 people.
So
Yeah,
3
so-
days.
15 days of water will last us 3 days for 5 people.
Oh, but that's
Cool.
good because like normally
Alright.
for
In
kind of town,
theory,
Let's
we
use that up
we,
first
that
then.
would be enough. Yeah.
in
Say
theory.
that we keep our water skins for later.
Oh, okay.
I figured I'd just refill the water skin from the barrel in the morning.
Yeah,
so
sure.
yeah, he can.
Same
Just
thing.
drink from my water skin throughout the day.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
And we're sleeping. Do we
Lily
get
does
awakened?
not snore.
No alarm goes off.
Okay.
People are having fairly vivid dreams.
Mm.
I don't know if any of you usually remember your dreams, but these seem to be particularly centered about what you would normally call home. So Hannah is thinking of the house she used to share with her husband. Fern is happily dreaming of the little special place she goes when she wants to crochet something extra special for someone, or that particular paddock her sheep love the most. Waden is fondly thinking back to, well, his extra comfy bed with the down pillows that are tucked around him as he goes to sleep at night. Lily is actually thinking back on home, where actually only recently she would tell her children good night. And Juniper, you're dreaming. That hasn't happened at home in a
yeah.
while.
That's right.
What would your first dream in a long time be about?
Ooh, good question. Because the backstory thing, if I'm remembering right, was that everyone in my village stopped dreaming. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
This is extra interesting since your
Drama.
village sells sleep.
Yeah, because it's a lovely tourist destination for getting a nice rest.
Yes. Until people
let's-
stop dreaming.
Yeah. Maybe give me an inspiration for my dream, and I can riff off it.
Well, pears.
Or this dragon
We were
that we
talking
met.
happy dreams, Fern.
We met a dragon and
Yeah.
got nice raspberries.
Dragon and raspberries.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool
raspberries.
one.
Or maybe
yeah.
even
Nice.
further back, because your town is also known for its hot springs. So maybe you're having a nice, relaxing bath in a hot spring surrounded by nice, cold snow instead of warm grass and arid heat.
Yeah, maybe so. She's dreaming about relaxing in the hot spring, and then out from like the the cloudy mist that's going over the hot spring, a little dragon head pops up and like looks around. Then it pops down again. Then like another one pops up, and there's a bunch of little grass dragons just popping up in the hot spring. And she's like, "What are you guys doing here?" So that's my
Actually,
dream.
while you're dreaming that, you can almost hear that flute-like cry it made when it went into the grass.
Mm.
And I think your dream ends with Juniper getting out of that hot tub into the snow and suddenly realizing you're really, really cold.
Mm. Yeah, I go to like roll around in the snow like you do.
Yeah. And as you suddenly wake up in this tent, your shiny new tent, recently purchased, shouldn't be a thing wrong with it. You realize that the wind is blowing through it and you are actually really, really cold.
Oh,
And the ground feels really weird, sort of like springy.
all right. So I'm like
Turgid,
fumbling
one
around.
could almost say.
It's like what? Sorry.
Turgid.
Ooh,
Had a certain tension to it.
weird. So I think I like put my hand onto that, and I'm like, blah, and I'm like making noise and waking everyone up.
You all wake up to the sound of Juniper going, "Ah!"
Is everything okay? Did you hear a chime? Oh.
There's something wrong with the blah, and I'm like fumbling around trying to find a light.
It is cold for everyone. The wind is blowing for everyone. Flaps side of the tentacle are blowing in a breeze because you didn't secure it that perfectly because it was hot and you wanted some of the breeze to blow through. You're regretting this.
Waden is gonna go dig around by his bag. He probably left it just draped over and get that cloak that he had that has some nice fur lining to it to keep him warm, and starts to pull it around himself.
I'm
You
grabbing
all also
Clover.
notice that the ground is kind of springy, and Juniper, you're hearing some distressed sounds from Swen.
Oh, cool. So I think I finally find my lantern and strike a light for it, and I'm like, looking around with it to see what's going on.
I'm
Is
gonna
it
look
the-
for
is it the
Clover.
next morning?
It is the next morning. You
Oh,
have
okay.
all slept well.
I kind of
Um,
imagined Hana got up earlier than everyone to go do her little herb gathering, and she's coming back to this. She's just like
No,
trying to do
no, I'm afraid you didn't.
Oh, I didn't
You're
get to do
waking
it?
up at the same time as the rest.
Okay, sorry.
As you suddenly notice that your tents are many feet off the ground on top of a giant plant. And you're pretty sure that wasn't here yesterday.
Oh.
And that's where we'll take our break.
Alrighty.
Yeah, guys, don't piss off grass dragons.
Fair.
Did we piss him off? Oh no.
As we go to break, I'm going to go ahead and thank our VIP patrons: Jaxie, Donald G, Nerdy T, Michelle E, Anino, Andy T, and my favorite name of all times, Abigator. And once again, shout out to Roll20. It's a fun way to play games with other people. I'm using it a lot now that we're quarantined, and you just keep playing all the tabletop games you did before the world went to hell, or add some more. You know, there's nothing wrong with playing role-playing games 6 out of 7 days a week, if you ask me, because otherwise I'd have a problem, and that's just not true. So I think 10-minute break should be good for everyone. No terrible things to remember in the Netherlands this week, so we can be quick. Stretch, hydrate, cuddle your dogs, cats, whatever, and we'll see you here in 10, maybe 15 minutes if the tech gremlins rear their ugly heads as we try to restart Steam.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
See you soon.
Thank you guys. See y'all soon.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a $1 or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And we're back.
Just as my dog starts growling. Excuse you.
We are back.
We are back from our break as our, I was going to call you an intrepid band of adventurers, but that's just blatantly untrue. Our traveling band of assorted people have found themselves atop a giant green plant, which may or may not be related to the fact that they drove a grass dragon out of his own personal patch of grand raspberries.
I just wanted to say hi.
They have just woken up. Some of them are a little chilly. Some of them have dressed for the weather. Sven and the cart are halfway stuck up a stalk. Or rather, Sven's on a leaf with Clover, who is already eating the leaf, which is concerning Sven because he understands a little bit of gravity and which part of the leaf you shouldn't be eating. And like the cart has a branch near the axles that's keeping it steady, but also very far off the ground. And that's the sight that greets you in the early morning light. It's also pretty foggy, so it's hard to tell how far the ground is from you. It's distinctly less warm than yesterday.
So I get up and I put on this big warm cloak that I have. It's actually a warm cloak. It has this like big fur around it. It's brown, all that stuff. And I get out with my bow in hand and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is this? What is this? What happened? Oh no.
Is this not where we were?
I think it might be just a bit. And he kind of like leans and looks over the edge of the leaf. Much higher.
Juniper, we can't hear you. Juniper, we can't hear you.
There we go.
Yes, I'm holding on to the back of Waden's collar as he's leaning.
Just getting a peek at about how high up we are.
Well, you don't want to find that out the hard way, though, is the thing.
Does Hana have a warm cloak, or does she look a little chilly?
He probably is cold because
He has a nice ice shield.
Waden is going to take his warm cape off and offer it to Hana as he starts to kind of look around and try to take stock of the situation.
How did this happen? Plants don't grow this fast.
Do they?
Do we have
not?
any idea? Do we have any idea as to why?
Well, I did have a weird dream last night about a bunch of those grass dragons popping out where they weren't expected. This might be related to that.
I told you we were breaking the rules.
I mean, we weren't breaking the rules,
There's
but...
so many fruit-related rules that nobody tells me about.
I'll let Waden make another intelligence check after everyone makes their morning condition checks.
Oh.
Which
is
How
very stressful.
are you feeling today?
Well, we do have a +1, but I'm also really freaking cold, so do I have a -1?
The cold gives you a penalty if you're not wearing something to help with the cold specifically.
I love that we're rolling to see how we feel today. I love it.
You are rolling
That's
how
such a
you feel
cute
today.
thing.
So wait, if Waden's giving me the coat, does that mean I should take the penalty or not take the
You get a
penalty?
+1 in cold.
If you have the coat, you get the +1, and Waden doesn't.
Okay.
And don't forget that your health got back, and so did or at least your health doubled, and all your mana points are back.
The
And a condition check is what again for rolling?
Strength and spirit.
now
And the target number depends on location and weather. And I'm telling you that if you have cold weather gear, you can use the bonus to offset some of the cold conditions.
I have a question for you, Anik. My strength dropped a die size from the bad tea that I had the previous day. Is that still affecting me?
Let me check.
From my poison condition.
Ah, yes. See, the thing is, you're currently still poisoned. You have to roll a good enough condition check to not be
overcome
poisoned
that.
anymore. So until you get rid of the poison condition, your die stays on
This is
small.
gonna be
Woof.
good.
So, Aniek, I have a +1 for delicious and a -1 because it's cold.
No, you have a +1 for delicious, and no plus or minus against the cold. That's factored into the target number.
Oh, okay.
People who have cold weather gear get a +1.
Okay.
No, I
So
didn't
a
pack
warm
any.
cloak would be a +1 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have +2 because of.
If it
delicious.
says in the little table that it helps you against, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so I rolled.
No,
so
8. No, 9. 9. Yeah, 9.
okay, so I applied a fumble point, so that gave me concentration of +1 to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then Waden gave me the cloak, so that's another +1, and we have the +1 from condition from the delicious
Food.
food.
Yeah.
Okay, so that moves me from 7 + 3 to 10. So I rolled a 10 on condition.
I could go to
Oh,
10 if I use
nice.
my fumble point, but 9 is 9 enough? I don't know.
9 is enough.
Yay.
10 is also enough.
Oh, nice.
10
I got-
isn't enough to get you in tip-top shape, but you're good. You're good for today. And you keep the 10 to see if you get injured, poisoned, etc. Juniper,
I got a 12.
E-
+1 is 13.
now you are in tip-top shape. So you get to pick one of your dice and go to the next size up.
Ooh, exciting. I'll put my int up, I think.
Yeah.
That'll be an 8.
So you'll know how to get us down from here.
Seems good, right?
Actually, I'm lying. It's 10 or higher, so the 10s also can increase the dice.
If
Ooh,
I
lovely.
use my fumble point, can I be a 10 too?
Sure.
Yay!
I rolled 8, so I get +1 for my food, and I will use my fumble point as well to get me to a 10.
All right. Also in tip-top shape. Everyone's feeling a lot better today.
Does that
Lily?
help with my poison?
Oh, let me
Being in
check
tip-top
how
shape?
strong your poison was. Poison.
It was from fumbling my condition check the previous day, so...
No, you're
Love you
good.
got poisoned on tea.
You get unpoisoned.
Woohoo!
Yay.
And I increase a die size since I got it to 10.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And condition checks are a big deal.
Everyone
They're a
gets
huge
gets their dice leveled up. I don't because all in total it's an 8.
Ah.
Yeah, but that's
Still
fine.
pretty
Well-
good.
If the
It's
group
okay.
wants to be nice and have everyone on a level playing field, they can give you the 2 points from the group fumble pool.
I think that's okay.
And you could all be in tip-top shape.
I think it's useful for us to be in tip-top shape, considering
I
our
also-
situation.
Yeah, I also think it would be
she's pointing
narratively
you in the right
interesting.
direction.
I also think it would be narratively interesting that the reason we're all in tip-top shape is everyone is in alert because giant plant has just
We're
arrived.
just like,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
taking today seriously.
Yeah, it's like yesterday we fumbled around, everyone was terrible. Today, focus.
Today, everyone
Okay,
has
awesome. Thanks.
everyone has Potu eyes in terms of alertness. For anyone who knows what a Potu looks like.
They're creepily amazing.
Okay, so I think we are down to 1 party fumble point left, if I'm
Yes,
keeping
and
track
no
correctly.
more personal fumble points. This is correct.
Mhm.
Also, I'm going to say I'm never ever going to up my dice on intelligence. Fern is just stupid.
That's fine.
I mean,
Super
it's
fair.
entirely fair.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
int
Ines?
is 8. So if I up my int, will it then become a D10?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is capped at a D12.
Got it.
So if you can find a way to make it a 12, that's it. You can't go there's no 20.
Mm-hmm. Or should I up my strength? I'm gonna up my strength.
Jesus.
How about I?
Well,
do that?
I got myself a D10 in dexterity because I might have to climb down this shit.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'll point out as a DM, you're the second party to fall for this.
Good. It's all worth it if I can sell these
Out of
raspberries.
3.
At least we're not the first. Okay.
No, you're not the
I
first.
did warn you.
You did, you did.
Okay.
Okay. So we
let me get
are
my hair
at we're so I chose a place at a rocky outcropping kind of
Yes.
thing. Are there any rocks that I could potentially tie a rope around?
We're in a plant, dude.
Yeah, the rocks did not come up to you.
Damn. Okay.
Do we have rope? That is a good question.
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would be willing to climb down with a rope to help kind of make it easier on you guys if necessary.
Yeah, but also, how are we going to get like a cart and Sven down?
That is the tricky part.
Yeah,
How
that's gonna
about
be a
I'm
lot
starting to
harder.
make
Oh,
slightly
buddy.
more distressed noises as Clover continues to eat at the narrow section
Clover!
of the
Clover!
leaf.
Baby! Clover is a goat, she can climb. Clover, come on!
Oh yeah, that's
Roll
true. She's
me
fine.
in spirit to see if Clover listens to you today.
Oh, I should have upped my intelligence. Never going to up my intelligence.
Point
Exactly.
It's a
principle,
character
do not.
choice.
5!
5.
That is not bad.
That's actually a
gets-
big roll.
I was about to say, she gives you a little side eye and then decides to hop on over and just sort of look at you and then snuggle under the cloak with Hannah, because Clover's also pretty freaking cold right now.
Oh.
So she just sort of
Clover?
gets behind Hannah and sort of snuggles into the warm coat.
Right there. Right there.
I'm gonna climb over to Sven and be kind of like petting him and helping him calm down.
So,
Can
Yes, Sven
I?
is now a Wookiee. I'm sorry, I don't know what noise an elk makes, okay? Just
That sounds
assume
pretty
it's a
close.
Wookiee.
Yeah, they do a sort of a lowing noise.
You're in charge of this world. Elks make whatever sounds you want them to in this
Yeah.
universe.
exactly.
Good point, good point.
That's good.
Can I? It's a long shot, but I'm gonna try to take a look out into the grasslands. And do I see any sign of that little dragon still around?
Roll me a perception check.
Which
Which
is-
is, because I'm sure you're gonna ask me, Dex plus int.
Dex
Could
in
I
it.
could I assist in this?
No, but you can also make that check if you would
I
like.
do want to.
I suppose anyone who's interested could make a check.
I guess you
Ooh.
could.
So what was it again? Dex and int?
Dex int.
That's actually really good. That's 11.
Nearsighted from all the crocheting.
I upgraded my int.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is
Is
it
that a fumble?
I got it. No, I got a 12.
Oh,
yay!
thank goodness.
Which on a 6 and a d6 and a d8 is a 6 and a 8.
That's
Oh, you got a crit.
A critical.
A crit?
Now, if you get a 12, how do you get a 6 and an 8?
That'd be
just
14.
wait. What
Am
did
I-
you roll? What did you roll and what did you get?
I did a 6 and a 8.
14.
That's 14.
That's
then.
14.
Even
And
I
better.
just can't do math. That's
And a
it.
critical.
This generation never had to do math.
Just terrible. Can't do math at all.
You know
Hey,
what?
hey.
If y'all want me to leave, that's fine.
Hey, I'm suddenly having, because of the response and my general protectiveness, going to all the moments, all the memes flashing through my head of like, you leave my son alone.
Talk to me or my son ever
Not
again.
ever again. Yeah. Oh, that's
Don't
terrible.
ask,
Anyway,
background.
don't
I'm
ask
sorry.
me and my child to ever count things ever again.
Yes.
You can find
I
your
will not
own
come.
way to the grove.
Well, to be fair, I am teaching my children math at the moment, and they have to do that equation a lot.
I
mean,
will
very
point
good for
out
them, but I can't.
at both the critical and the not quite so critical, you both hear that obnoxious trilling, fluty noise. At this time, it doesn't sound angry as much as it sounds a little bit mocking, or at least it's highly entertained. And you can actually see it's very dense fog, but with a 14, this briefly you see this patch of fog lift as you see this little dragon. He's basically laying on his back, clutching his tummy. He's laughing so
Oh,
hard.
wow. Okay.
Is
Are you pointing
there?
out to us?
And he's just sort of pointing at you, going,
Can
You
I?
hear me? You hear me actually go. You hear me actually growl like.
Is there
Oh,
anything that I can try and recall that grass dragons like particularly enjoy? Something I want to do something to like entertain or impress this dragon. and like win its favor.
Okay, roll me another intelligence check, and this is the last one you get to try to recall anything about grass dragons.
Can
I
first
slept
go,
on
like-
it, so let's see if I
You
remember
slept
my
on it. You
grass
wrote
dragon
down-
lessons.
Could I go all Jewish mom on the grass dragon for a minute?
I
No,
rolled.
because you're a 22-year-old crochet lady.
Okay, but I'm still going to say, well, no? Okay.
Well, Waiden's
rolled-
making a check, and after that you can do a
Fern
thing.
doesn't think about things, so she just does.
I rolled a 6 on one of them and a 1 on another, so a 7.
It's a 7.
A 7, that's better. Looking like you're going, okay, so I was in the classroom and he was droning on, so you're like mind palancing this back.
Yeah.
And you remember your teacher writing on what can only be described as a very fancy blackboard about grass dragons, how like they're secretive, they like to remain undisturbed, and they're never malicious, but they're terrible pranksters.
Okay.
You have the feeling that he's probably gonna sit there and watch you climb down as his morning entertainment, and that will probably be enough to appease him. He's just using you as a reality show right now.
Okay. So, I think it was the dragon. It was definitely the dragon, and I think it's just a joke he tried to play on us. We should be alright climbing down. Just be careful. I don't think that there's really any other danger other than the height.
Well, Fern is still very
So, Fern, what were you doing?
Well, little dragon, this is all very funny, and I understand you want to have a joke, but look at the poor elk. He can't do it now.
He sort of wipes his face little, looks at the elk.
He didn't steal your things.
Hey, nobody
Good boy,
stole anything,
Shush.
technically. I'm just saying.
We're all guilty by association. Sorry, we were all complicit.
This is true.
You don't have to punish poor Sven.
How
So-
high up are we?
How high up are we?
It's a little hard to tell with the fog swirling, and sometimes the ground dips a bit. Also, I'm really bad at feet, but several meters. I think like third story building-ish.
Okay.
Yikes.
How many
That's like
meters? Maybe I can
10.
convert it into.
Yeah, no, say about the third
Like-
floor of a building.
Like 10
That's
meters
pretty
or
high
30 feet?
Something, yeah.
Meters.
Yeah, it's about. I think every story on average is estimated to be about 10 feet tall. So that'd be
5
about
feet
30
is
feet.
one
So
and
it
a
should be.
half.
3 meters.
Got
So
it.
10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be
yeah.
about 3.3 feet
Yeah.
for every meter. So that'd
Oh,
be
how
about it.
does fall damage work in this game?
So
I don't
I
want to
think
put Sven down. when he breaks
lethally.
his fall.
so I think I might have an idea.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think we might have to return the raspberries.
But they're gonna sell for so much.
I'm not sure. I think he
They
just
sell
wants to
for,
watch us
over
struggle.
50 gold a bushel.
How many bushels do we have? One?
1.
3.
No, we have
One that is size
three,
3.
one bushel.
Yeah, we're,
Oh, that's not actually very much. Just kidding.
So-
Okay, well,
Um,
But it's fun if he wants us to see us climb down, but that doesn't get our cart down
or our Sven.
or Sven, and so we have to make amends in some way. So I do go to my bag and I get my rope, and so you said there were branches, Anik?
It's a really big plant, so you have the branches, and then on the that's like the plant behind me. So you have the leaves that you're on, and then these are like branches you can tie stuff off to.
Got it. So it is like the branches like level with the no. So
You
the
can find
branch
a spot where that might be true, but they're like they'll hold, but they'll also lean down with you a bit.
that's fine. That's totally fine.
Could we... How sturdy is like the whole plant? Is it kind of swaying a bit?
It's definitely swaying.
Do you guys think we could maybe get down to the ground and kind of pull the whole plant to like tilt it and roll us to get the cart
So-
down?
Oh
So
boy.
I was thinking, my whole idea was climbing down with the rope, or maybe just me, or maybe someone else. I don't know. I do think about approaching this dragon, and because it's so like secretive and stuff, maybe if we like tell it a secret of ours, maybe it will like grant a wish or something, or grant a favor. And so I am
That
thinking
does
of
sound pretty good, actually. Okay. Maybe that could work.
Mhm. So
Maybe
I do
you would like a hat?
But you only have one little hat.
Clover can do without.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna really accept a hat in return for raspberries. That were very good, probably, because you saw how he was covered with them raspberries. Like he was like, oh.
Okay,
I mean,
well, you know what? Let the people. You can all figure it out. I'm gonna gingerly try and pack up the tents.
how about you do that? Indeed.
And I could climb down with you, Lily, if you need.
Sure. How about we do that? And so I dress myself and I get my bow and all that. No, wait, I leave my bow behind. And so I go over to Juniper.
Mm.
And I give my bow and I say, and as you like take the bow, I'm like giving a little resistance and I say, do not lose this.
okay, you got it.
And then I let go, and then I turn around and I get the rope and all that stuff, and I look over to Waden and I say, "You ready to go?"
Yeah. I think he's kind of doing some little stretches and kind of limbering up after
Warm up.
sleeping, warming up his muscles, and it's kind of chilly too since he isn't wearing the cloak. Just trying to get
Here,
some blood
you two
flowing.
use this, and I pass you a little shorter length of rope that you can use to like tie yourselves together in case one of you falls, the other one can catch him.
Good thing.
Good thinking.
This is a good thought indeed. And so I do tie us both together, and then
Done some mountain climbing, back home.
yeah, that's you're probably more experienced, but that's fine. And so I'm tying off Waden, and then as I finish the knot, I take off my cloak and I put it around him, to give him some more warmth, and I just go, there you go.
I love all the passing cloaks around we're doing. It's really sweet.
Trying to keep everybody warm.
And I then try to tie some rope off to one of these branches, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we.
Rappel
I don't know
down.
if I cast it down, does it reach like the fog at all?
It does reach the fog. You don't get the feeling it necessarily reaches the ground.
But that's fine because it might bend a little or whatever. So we don't know. How about we just try?
Just get
That's
us
a good
as close
plan.
as possible.
I have that one as well. It's a good
Visual
one.
representation.
Thank you.
This is.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing prop work, guys.
Heck yeah.
Just don't mind me.
Yes.
Do you want me to grab the actual Calathea and molding this on? Because it's actually next to my computer.
Huh?
I don't have one.
Also,
Okay.
See, it's a little worse. I have this flamingo plant. Hang on, I'm gonna try to not knock anything over. And it even has a little golden house in it.
Oh my god.
So this is roughly what you're in,
Okay.
basically.
That's awesome.
Talk
Okay,
about
so we
prop work.
maybe try to like stay close to the stalk and like ride it down
Not
without
heavy.
having to do too much.
Nom,
Climbing.
Nom, nom, nom,
I guess.
We are all very
Guess.
fortunate. We did not end up on the part of the leaves that are bent like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunate or kind and benevolent dragon spirit?
The kind benevolent.
Yep.
Which
He doesn't
dragon
wanna
spirit though? Because the
hurt
one
us.
currently on the floor with the belly up laughing at us doesn't seem very kind.
Well, it could have let us drop to our doom. So.
No, that's true. It is very kind.
That's
Just
not as
playing with
entertaining
you.
for him.
You know, just because you think it's a problem.
Anyway,
Okay.
herded cats.
So slowly kind of try to attempt to rappel down with us anchored at the top.
Oh, yeah, did we give you guys the berries before you went down, just in case you need them for like a backup plan?
Oh yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I guess I'm taking them.
Let's
That's
say
a good
that.
idea, I
Yeah.
think.
They're in
Alright.
my backpack. I gave them to you.
Yay.
So, roll me Dex Int for
Hey, that's
getting
not.
down this plant.
I only have to roll a d8 and d6 in this game.
Ooh, I rolled 2 5s.
Nice.
Total of 10.
Nice. Perfect.
So I rolled 2 2s, which is a 4.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, who's first on this rope?
I think I am.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought I figured as well. And we're lashed together, so I could, if
Yeah.
she slips, like, as long as I'm holding, she kind of
Yeah.
doesn't just fall to her death.
That's what I said. So what does it look like? Because Vaden, you're climbing down just fine. So, Lily, what does your failure look like? Because this is quite a failure.
My failure, I think it's like the fog has kind of like drifted up and like made this rope kind of like wet, kind of almost. And so I think she's just like doing fine until she like puts her hand on one of these wet parts and it just slips, and then she just goes whoa, and then she just lets go for some reason in all panic, and she just starts tumbling, I think.
Okay, Waden just kind of like latches onto the stalk of this plant as he feels the rope kind of jerk him back.
Yeah.
He's like, "Careful of! There's not really any footholds. Are you able to? I can hold you here if you can get back onto the stalk."
Yeah, please. Oh, yeah. And it's like it's right around like her waist that this is tied off to. So she gets, first of all, she gets like the initial pull because she falls into this rope, and so she's like, yeah. And then she tries to clamber back onto the stalk and really hold herself there, maybe climb up a little bit so the rope isn't like burning into her waist.
Good thing
and then-
you didn't have breakfast yet.
Yeah, exactly. And then she kind of stays there, and she oh, that winded me. Oh.
All right, easy does it. Easy does it. Take it a little slower.
And she like does deep breaths, and then she tries to rappel down more further.
Waden's going to be a bit more cautious, making sure that like Lily is secure before he moves down after her and everything.
Okay. Considering you had one near fall, but you're held together quite well by Waden, I won't make you roll another check, and we'll say you can reach the end of the rope, which is in the heavy fog. You can see the start of the grass beneath you, if you remember how tall that grass was. So yeah, you're at the end of the rope, a little off the ground.
Awesome. And so I wait for Waden to climb down a little further, so that when I drop, I don't just like pull him down.
Yank him down again.
Yeah. And so I just like kind of wait, and then I drop myself, and
Well,
then I.
if we're dropping, do you want to untie ourselves from each other so we don't accidentally crash
We
into
could
each
for
other?
sure. Yeah. So
I'll let you go first and
yeah.
clear. Hopefully, there's enough grass there to kind of soften the landing.
Yeah. So I do untie myself first, and then drop myself.
All right. You touch down the spongy, wet, damp grasslands.
Awesome.
Nice
And
earthy smell, very foggy. You can hear the rustling of the dragon.
I look above at Waden and I say, "Do you need help getting down?"
I think I've got it. Just make sure you're clear. I don't want to fall on you or anything.
And I just like take a couple steps back.
And he kind of lowers him down as far as he can down the rope and tries to make a soft little like land and roll to kind of take the impact.
Proper landing the way they taught you.
Yeah.
Shoulder roll.
Like you're going skydiving.
Uh-huh.
Gracefully.
And then after that's all set,
With a 10, you're pretty graceful.
heck yeah. I just like I go over to him and I dust off his shoulders, and I go, You good? Yeah, you ready?
Yeah. Thank you for the cloak. It actually helped with the landing a bit. Took some of the blow. Here, you can have it back if you need it.
Oh no, you can keep it for now. It's pretty cold here.
I'm getting a little sweaty already from the climb, actually.
Okay. And then she takes it back and she puts it on, and then I'll start going into the direction of this
Where we had
wrestling
seen the
dragon
dragon.
with a very much like a low posture, like hands up. I have this. Yeah, I have. I'm just like making myself known by my heavy boot falls, like just
Total supplicant.
Wayden
somewhere
is-
far off in heaven, Steve Irwin is smiling down upon you as you do this.
I'm gonna be real quiet. I'm gonna sneak up on him.
I'm gonna do my best as we get to the dragon to kind of like act like I'm not impressed with him at all. I want to try to seem like no, this wasn't funny. I don't think that this was very cool. Like, whatever. I'm just kind of annoyed with him, maybe.
Stern dad face?
Trying to play it off.
That's probably true.
Mom didn't
Meanwhile,
want...
on top of the stock, what are the other three doing?
Have I successfully packed away the tent? With my
I think you successfully packed away the tents.
Yeah, I think I've been helping puttering around like that. I think I'm assuming that the bow isn't strung, so I tied the bowstring around my wrist so that I can't like drop it and have it fall off the plant while
If she
I'm
would
puttering
see
around.
this, she would
Why
murder
would
you.
Oh my gosh, she's
Safe.
gonna kill you.
It's
That
totally safe.
sounds perfect.
Sounds perfect. It does.
I think I will have coaxed Clover into my backpack with only her little snout out because I'm afraid she'll fall.
I mean, yes, she does have that little goat.
You are muted.
It's because my dogs are barking like crazy. I love them, but they're annoying. Far off in the distance, you hear the baying of hounds. There must be a settlement nearby. Yeah, no, your goat's in your backpack, on her little goat baby Bjorn area.
Yeah.
Perfect. She's settled in.
And I'm
She's
maybe like
ruminating on some of the leaves she was eating.
I think I'm singing a little song to Sven to just keep him happy.
Sven's still a little miserable, but
Yeah.
he'll deal
Is
if
there-
he doesn't like it.
My
Is
song
there a
also
way I
not
could
very good.
improve his position by creating a candy ice cube that is 50 centimeters on each side?
A little bit heavy. Is it floating?
I think it's on the ground.
No, I don't think that
How
would
big is
necessarily
50 centimeters?
Seriously?
It's like
half a
2
meter.
feet. 1.5
Okay,
feet.
not too big.
No.
Guys,
It wouldn't
okay.
be big enough to like lift the cart up on top of or anything.
Decimal
No.
system, not that hard.
Well, to be fair, Sven isn't attached to the cart. The
Right,
cart's on
true.
a different stalk.
Oh,
Sven's
it's
just a
on a different
little.
stalk.
Sven's just a little wobbly and a little unhappy, and like the wind's blowing through his fur, and he's used to Arctic winds, but this is just. He doesn't particularly enjoy being this far off the ground, being
Yeah.
an elk.
That's fair. I'm gonna
That's what
try and coax him down safely, maybe?
Okay. What does this look like?
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm going to... Oh, maybe I've got my raven friend as well, and so I'm gonna
You
like
do?
tell the raven to like fly up next to Sven and like fly down and sort of like hop back and forth to be like, see, it's easy.
How players sometimes go, wait, I had more pets.
Pets.
Oh, there is-
I wish my raven could talk. I could have had it go down and look at the ground, but it wouldn't have been able to tell us anything.
Let me.
Oh, it's that fun.
Do we have stats for elk or cows? I'll take a cow.
Alex,
He's not a unicorn, though. Hang on.
Right.
Let me look through this monster manual. He's not
thank you.
He's not a napalm palm.
Good.
that's a meter.
We could use a napalm palm right about now.
They have a whole chapter on phantom plants, and it's my favorite. But I have to be wholesome.
That sounds extremely cool.
You don't have to be. It's just you
Well, were we trying
Advertise.
to negotiate with the dragon to shrink the plant back down to size?
I don't know what your plan was, but for now, Sven has to roll Dex int as well.
Cool.
I honestly don't know what your plan was.
I
but
thought
Dex
that was
int-
the
oh, wait, here
plan.
it is, animal.
Oh,
So that they could get down safer.
the tone that was
No.
said was so like not judgmental, but still biting.
Just
Like,
out of
it didn't feel
curiosity.
mean, but it still hurt to hear it. It was, I don't know what you were planning to do, but I trust you had a plan.
I did. Maybe
That sounds like-
wrongfully.
I
Okay,
think you
so
did-
Alex,
Mm.
for future reference, the stats of your elk, the abilities in order are 6, 8, 2, 2.
All right. He's got some good stats.
Yeah, no, he's I'm assuming he's a level 3 animal because he's big.
He's big.
He's big. He's
Spin
level 3
around the
big, I
block.
think. He has
Perfect.
15 hit points.
Ooh.
Hardy.
And in general, his condition will always be 8, which actually means he didn't pass today's condition check, so he's not a happy elk.
Oh,
Not
buddy.
feeling well.
No, he's not happy with this at all.
Yeah,
That's extremely fair.
absolutely understandable.
So with those abilities, Dex and int for Sven, please, as he
Okay.
clambers down the plant.
I'm just
1d.
Oh, I'm so happy with this.
1d8
Does
is.
Gilbert have stats too?
He
then?
got a 7.
Whoa.
Got a 7.
Good
That
job,
is-
buddy.
1 off from a success.
Oh no! Can I help him? Can I count as helping him?
Yes, you can count as helping him. So
Do we
same
have a
roll.
fumble?
You have a last fumble point. Target is target is 9. So fumble and an assist. I
Fair.
guess.
All right, let's roll. So I
Dex
do
int?
dex plus int for me too. And mine is okay.
You get a 5 in order to get a success for support.
Run d. Oh, thank you. Plus 1d.
In general, like
I got an 11.
standard rule is 5 is enough for support, but sometimes it also has modifiers if I'm being mean. But in this case, it's more than enough. So with the fumble point and your assistance, tell me what it looks like as you guide your elk down.
I think I just he jumps and I can tell that he's going to jump and like jump too far and slide and like be dangerous on the leaf. So I think I just scooch in front of where he is and like catch him with a big hug and like I go poof into his chest fur and so we slide just a little bit.
Alright, perfect. So you have to do this a few times, but you're very busy doing this. I want to very quickly hear what Hannah and Fern are doing before we go back to Team Dragon Things.
Dragon diplomacy.
Kind of imagine that in contrast to her player, the Hana is actually like seeing this and is like, well, it's nice to get a little bit of excitement in the morning. Like she's just very like casual about this, and she's just like going through because she is like in terms of bottle carrying, she has tinctures and things, and there's just a link from the Legend of Zelda, and she pulls out
Yep.
one of these, and you see her just mutter a couple of words, and she is going to try and cast something on herself because she's still not doing very well in terms of health. And I think considering how today has started off, she's going to try and be safe. So I am going to try and use a incantation magic called Cure Touch.
Yay.
So that is what it does. I was double checking. The reason I was staying silent is I was trying to check on this. I don't know if I'm supposed to roll a magic check in order to see if it succeeds when I cast it or if it just happens.
It should say on the spell, I think, because there's also ritual magic, which I don't think this is.
No, this is just incantation. This is not ritual.
Cure touch. Is that? Yeah, I see it. No, you're good. That one just.
Okay, and sort of.
Your cure plus plus adds a d6, right?
Yep. The Cure plus plus will do that. So in total, she's spending 6 of the MP that she's recovered with helping Lily the day before, and you just sort of see it's like. It's
no,
like
you
this.
do. No, you do need to make a magic check.
Oh, you do need. I do need to make a magic.
Yeah, no,
check.
it's just if you use Cure plus plus, you don't have to make 2 magic checks.
Gotcha.
Because they count as one spell you're combining.
Okay, so that's only a
Just
7.
one. That should be enough because this is like a low level spell. So you heal. Int plus a d6.
Okay, so that would be 1d6. So I get the 1 from the first one, and because I have Cure plus plus,
you get the extra d6.
Another
Oh,
d6.
interesting.
So I roll, I get back 5 health. And
You do.
I kind of just imagine that she's just, again, she's just very comfortably just, like she's startled by where the whole situation, but she's just kind of plopping herself over the edge of one of the leaves of this massive tall plant, and she's just like, well, I trust who I'm with. I should have faith in them that they'll figure out what's going to happen, and this will be fine. So she's just sort of very comfortably like think any scene where a character has gone up a mountain or climbed a tall thing, is just sitting on a ledge, just drinking a comfortable little honey sweet sort of like tea drink out of a glass bottle, and she's just like sitting there, and she's just trying to look down and make sure, probably watching with slight curiosity at Juniper trying to take Sven down the tree, and she's just waiting there. She knows she's not, compared to everyone else, she's not a very dexterous person, so she doesn't want to risk getting other folks into trouble trying to help her. So she's
Probably
trying
fair. Now,
I have to say that this view gives me so much joy. Like that image of like her sitting over the edge just drinking tea. It's just
Yeah.
so
it's
good.
just it reminds me of Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle.
I kind of imagine it's a little bit of her channeling. It's a bit of my mom, and it's a bit of Sophie from there. Like just her, just like she doesn't really take crap, but she's just very like at peace with herself because she's had to deal with a lot.
Very fair, and it's very cute.
I think
I
the
really
moment
want to
that-
know what the dumb one is doing.
Yeah, well, I think the moment that Sven jumped off of his leaf, and he was probably sleeping next to the cart, and he jumps off the leaf, and the leaf will start flopping a little bit, and the cart will go. And I think I have tried to hook my huge crochet hook over the edge of the cart and hanging onto it for dear life, maybe?
Oh, you're stabilizing the cart with risk to life and limb.
Yeah.
Should you give me just like a strength check for that?
Strength, not strength dex for just keeping steady.
I'll give you strength dex for aiming your crochet needle in the correct area of the cart.
Balance.
Yeah, balancing and shit.
Yeah.
You're not helpful.
Who's not helpful? I'm just sitting here.
At least a 3 is not a fumble.
Well, it is on one of my dice. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Just what does it look like when Fern gets a 3 for stabilizing a cart?
Yeah. I think the cart is okay. Let me make like a tiny diagram.
Yes, proper.
Okay. Cart on leaf. Fern trying to hold cart. Cart going like this. Fern also being pulled away by cart.
Right. So you're, let's say, slowly being pulled off your leaf by the cart.
Yeah.
Juniper's herding Sven down. Hannah's having tea. Waden, Lily, this might be your moment to shine.
Oh boy.
Stakes got a little higher above your heads.
So I'm making my way over to this dragon. Of course, like at a lower thing. Can I already see this dragon? Do I know where it is exactly?
You don't know where it is exactly, but you can see I'm gonna keep your 14 in this because that was just a really good crit. You can see the area of the grass field that is flattened. So you're assuming he's in his little happy space. And you can see like the top comb of his dragon grass head. And he seems to be mainly focused on Fern and Juniper and their predicaments.
And so
Like if he like he has a few of those raspberries in his hand and he's going.
that's so good. And so when I see the top of his head, I just go, "Hey, bud. So it's me, that lady from before.
I'm not your buddy friend. No, sorry. Sorry, not in character.
It's fine. And so I say I'm the lady from before. I did kind of steal those raspberries, didn't I? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know they were specifically yours. I thought it was just like nature. We could just like get them all. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Sort of looking at you with his head cocked a little. And now that you're closer and he's actually looking at you, you can see his like huge eyes that are like emerald green. Very sparkly, very like think anime. It's just a little anime dragon. It's just adorable. And it's looking its face turns a little bit from enjoying Fern and Juniper's and little mischievous look. It's doing the thing, you know, Puss in Boots in Shrek when it takes off his head and does the but you hurt my feelings so bad. Giant eyes, little bit of tears at the point.
And I just go, I'm so sorry. I know that wasn't very nice of me. I know. So here's the thing. We kind of have to get down, or at least my friends. We need to get down. So how about? And so when I say that, I get like really low in like the grass, and I kind of go on my what do you call that in English?
Like down on your hands and knees?
Like, well, not
like
that.
Kneel down?
It's yeah, that. What's that? It's like squatting. Squatting down. Yeah,
it's squatting down.
That's the thing. So I like squat down and I like have my hands on my knees and then my head on that, and I go, how about we establish a trade? How about I tell you a big secret, like a secret. And how about in return, you let my friends down from the leaves? Like, or at least you bring like the leaves down.
Safely, let them down safely.
Safely, very safely indeed.
Some of them are elderly.
You can see him mulling it over. It's going.
Giant secret. It's a giant secret. It's a very important secret. You can't tell it to anyone. Like no one. You can't tell it to anyone. Not even this person that lives in here. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. Okay. I think I understand what he's trying to say, but I don't know. And I just like, I get closer a little bit. And
you want this to text it to me as a DM? That is allowed.
No, it's fine. I will whisper it in here, but no one will know. And that's the cool thing.
Whisper.
And so I go, so I am on a quest from the Queen. And it's very important. I have to find someone and get them back. But it's very important and I can't fail. So I need my friends to get down. It's a very big secret. You can't tell to anyone, really.
You mull over a little bit. Considering, you didn't say who you were looking for, but at least you're looking for someone. And he sort of reaches behind him a little bit. And he sort of hands you all the crumbs of that muffin you left behind for him. Hops past you into the mist. And the people on the plant can feel it shrinking quite quickly. I'll have another dex strength checks for everyone to see how well you're holding on as this plant is being restored to its previous size.
I said safely!
If I see the plant shrinking, can I, like, run to try and catch someone in case they fall?
Yes.
Okay.
Before. Mm-hmm.
My worst roll, and I got a 3.
Oh no.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, boy. But I won't
Got a
drop the
10.
bow.
And Sven.
I got a
And
10.
Sven.
Of all things, I am the
You got
person who
a
got a 10.
What does
You
it
were
look
at
like, Hannah,
peace.
as you nimbly leap down from this plant? Just
The
at the
inner
right
peace.
moment.
I kind of imagine it's like one of those moments where when you see some, like if we're going full anime description for this moment, I'm kind of imagining it's one of those things where, like, if you imagine scenes in different shows where someone is just like has a very casual smile and they're like doing like backflips or things of that sort. Hers is just, she's just like very calmly like sliding down a portion of it, and I kind of think she, just for flavor but not actually doing it, she conjures a small patch because she has spring magic that lets her create little areas of flower patches wherever she goes. Whenever she gets a little too fast as she's going down, she just pulls out a little glass bottle and she like puts it against the flower as it's shrinking down, and there's just this little tuft of almost like a little garland of flowers that she uses to just very
Slowly get down.
slide back down, and she's like, "Oh, hello, good
Old
morning,
lady
everyone."
proving it's not a big deal to get down from here. For most of you, Waden, Juniper and Fern are both falling.
Yeah.
You can help one of them.
Juniper, I think, is in a little worse condition, and I've seen her not do so well yesterday.
That's fair.
I am also a little worried about Sven.
Sven got a 9.
Okay.
Sven's making this. Sven's good.
I'm gonna see if I can assist Juniper in
I think
at least
looking
like
back now, I have these crumbs and
hurting
I would
herself.
like to toss them, and I would like to toss and try and catch someone too. I think Fern.
Right, so just going, aw.
yeah.
Wait a second.
you hear hear a little yelp, and we
Yeah.
have to come running.
Yeah, I was looking at these crumbs and I was like, that's so cute. They left the Let's go.
Yeah. Well, we're making it a full anime scene. Might as well. Right,
Exactly.
so Waden's helping Juniper. I'll let Lily help Fern. I'll also assume Fern's feeling a little falling a little slower because she was originally still hooked onto the cart.
Well, the cart is
So
falling
it's-
too, right?
No, actually, the cart's shrinking fairly normal pace at one part of the plant.
Oh,
In
good.
that case, I probably was dangling but slipping on my pole.
You're slipping off of the
Not a
crochet
euphemism.
slowly. Not a euphemism.
So she's
So,
not actively
Fern-
falling
Fern
yet,
is-
but about to.
Yeah, Fern's
Yeah.
struggling with the pole. Waden's going after Juniper.
And I'm going after Fern.
So Waden, make me a strength dex to see if you successfully save/rescue.
This is what I'm good at. This is all I'm good at.
This is what you do.
Specialized stats coming in right now.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
That's a
5 and a
9.
4.
I'll say that's enough to at least break Juniper's fall enough. And you both have really high conditions for today, so I think, and I'm going to very quickly sneak a peek at my PDF, might actually avoid getting injured.
That would be great.
That's the hope.
I definitely fell because I am holding onto the bow and trying to make sure that it doesn't get like crushed under anything.
Wait,
I mean, that's a very
so
valid reason, and you do, in fact, avoid injury by a point.
That was the
Also
entire
would
goal
like to
of
not
that.
be injured.
Lily,
on it.
strength dex to help Fern not be injured.
Strength and dex is okay. Okay. So this time it is 12.
This time it is 12.
Yes.
What did you get? Should we be checking your math some more?
I got an 8 on the D8 and a 4 on the D6.
That is in fact it.
That is an
That does that.
See, I can do math.
Gold star!
Just wait, next week we're doing reverse math. Alright, so
Subtraction.
what does it look like as you go help Fern, who is sliding on the pole?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
So I think it's like tossing the crumbs over my shoulder, and then I just like do like a freaking Mission Impossible run, and it's like literally it's the camera goes onto like the profile of me, and I'm just like in a diagonal movement. I'm just like bolting it forward, and then I'm underneath her, and I just I have my arms outstretched to the heavens to catch her.
And I would like it very cartoonishly to go like this. I fall, hat stays.
Yes.
Nice.
I think, I mean, we're in cartoon rules. I think that's,
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happens right now.
Completely acceptable.
We're having an anime moment. I think your hat stays behind and then goes. I also think, very briefly, Clover stays behind a bit. And then
She's in
also,
my backpack.
yeah, your backpack rises up a bit, straps pulling on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Clover stays going.
Wait, can I add one additional detail with the hat?
Most likely.
Yes.
Because Hana did so well, I like to think the hat went away from Fern, and when Hana lands very comfortably, the hat just lands like right on top of her head.
With a little flower garland on it.
Is it cute now?
It is not cute, but it does have a little flower garland.
It's cute,
cute
but not
her.
mechanically
So close.
cute.
Cute her.
Yeah.
Better than it used to be.
Thank you, Lily.
Wait, what
No
was
problem.
what was Waden saying? It is flavor
I
wise
said it's
cute, but
it's
not
cute, but not
mechanically
mechanically cute.
The problem is she's wearing it with Crocs, so it automatically becomes less cute.
They cancel each other out. Yeah.
Right. So I land in. Am I like landed in your arms like a princess, Waden?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like you like fell, and he like gauging the distance with a little boost to my intelligence from a good condition check, maybe kind of calculated a little quicker this time, and was
Nice.
able to just kind of plant himself and kind of just catch you and like bend his knees, you know, kind of absorb the shock for you.
Right, right.
And
Am I
yeah,
the
You
I'm just
are
Waden
being
looks
princess
like-
carried.
waiting.
Like,
This...
is Waden hot? Is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Waden is a very
is.
good-looking young man.
So think in a universe where like he's a noble, so he has the benefit of good nutrition,
Yeah, good hygiene.
good physical
and-
exercise, so he is pretty freaking built. This is not a world where royals tend to inbreed the hell out of each other, so he just has pretty good genes. Like he doesn't have any Habsburger chin going on or
Right,
none of
no,
that
he must be
nonsense.
Hey, nothing wrong with the Habsburg.
Hey, at least you have a chin. I have to deal with this. Anywho.
My chin is just as wide as my nose.
Yeah. What I'm saying, Waden's he's tall and he's jacked, and you can feel his muscles through his shirt now that he's carrying you and saved your life, most likely.
Yeah, nice. So what's his hair look like? I forget.
He's got it's kind of short on the sides, and it's kind of pulled back into like this small little top knot on top.
Nice.
There might be a little bit of that kind of musky scent since he's been pretty active this morning.
So she's looking at him, and it's like
You're
one
getting
of
a
those anime
full-
things where there's like the roses around the corners of the frame.
Yeah, you're getting a full like sensory experience as Waden has just caught you.
Nice. So she's definitely kind of blushed, and she's like, "Wow, you caught me out of the air, huh? I thought that sort of thing only happened in stories."
We changed the music for you.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're okay. Are you feeling? Oh, sorry. He starts to like actually let you down onto your feet and everything.
Right.
Realized
She's,
he'd
like,
been
trying
holding
to,
you
like,
for a
fumble with
while.
the bow that's also in her arms, and it's like getting like over
Oh,
by his
so
head.
let me-
She's,
let me
sorry
help.
about that. Oh, I need to just. Okay. Yep.
I can help with that, and he kind of helps get the bow untangled and make sure it's like properly strung. Waden is proficient in bows
Gotta get it off
and
my
knows what
wrist.
he's
I tied it
doing.
on there.
Oh, that's not. Don't tell Lily about. I'm gonna try to do the best I can to keep that in good condition.
That's great. Oh, nice.
then
Cute.
cut
Not
to
me actually blushing at this.
and then cutting to
Panning
Lily.
over,
Yeah,
you have
Lily
Lily
catching
holding
me
Fern.
and me dragging her down, face planting full into the grass. Lily landing on top of Clover, and Clover is going, meh. Sorry, thank you.
I did catch you. I did do a good job on catching you.
I
so
know,
I
but
think
I'm really big and built, so
this
then
is true.
catch
But
me,
I
and
am
then-
also. But I think we do indeed. Like I think more of like a Lily just like falls to her knees kind of thing, and then we kind of fumble.
I face plant.
Think yeah, that's totally
I
Roll
just
and
need to
tumble
face
out.
plant. It's just like
That's totally fine.
What I've understood that we get from all this as fellow players and also for our viewers, what their understanding is that yes, everyone, you're all attractive, you're all built except for the old lady over here who's just
No.
Hannah, I never said Fern was attractive. She's
I mean-
strong.
I was about to say,
Stocky.
Fern's. I mean, I'm sure there's people who have Fern as a preferred type.
I'm village
She's
pretty.
not conventionally attractive.
Provincially pretty, yes.
Yeah.
It's not even my character, and I felt the burn of that comment so strongly.
My goodness.
I was like, when you see babies, you have like pretty babies and sweet babies. Yeah.
Oh, I always just say, yep, that's a baby.
Yeah. No, I was a very sweet baby and an interesting looking child.
Oh, yes. Lots of character.
Yes. Why do you think she dyed her hair blue?
Features
I
that
need to
you
stand
just
out
waited to grow
somehow.
into. Features you're still waiting to grow into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
where the chin comes in. Anyway.
So I as Fern face plants, I just like I pick her up very quickly, and I dust her off, and I say, "Are you all right, child?"
Yes, Mom.
Good to know. Good to know. And then I get up and I like straighten her clothes or whatever, and then I turn around and I yell, "Is everyone all right?"
Yeah, I think we're okay over here.
Yep, super
Yeah.
good. Never done regular. Good amountness.
Oh my god.
Just a little
Really
shaken
good.
from the fall, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And your bow,
then
the bow's good? And I'm like holding it up triumphantly.
I just go, "Hey, good. Okay, okay."
Can
And then
we
I
have breakfast now?
Yeah, I think we could all use
Pulling
something.
out food for people to eat while everyone's been like worried about each other. She's
Aw.
just had tea and she's just already started to pull out food.
yeah,
I have thematically appropriate raspberries.
Ooh.
and so I do very quickly go over to Hana and I go, "Are you all right? Are you hurt or whatever?" Or
She's like the most calm you've seen her like the entire time you've been traveling.
I say, "I think you have it covered. I think it's fine." Yeah.
I will need to go and take care of something before I join for breakfast, Lily. If you would like to join me for this, Lily, you're welcome to see. Now that this land is, well, that was quite exciting.
It was. It was. And I look around for this little dragon. But then I think better of it and I say, "You know what? I think I would like to join you." Yes, very much so.
Alright.
please.
The sun has been steadily rising, so we're looking, dawn's coming on. The fog is
Okay.
starting to lift and burn away a bit.
Mhm.
So Hannah and Lily are moving off, presumably to gather herbs, leaving the other three to deal with. Well, you don't have a camp anymore, so I assume at least set up enough that once they're back, people can have breakfast.
Yeah, we can get everything like back on the cart and get that situated and go about making sure.
So
everyone
on the
has
ground,
night
it's less
meal.
cold, but there's still a very heavy wind.
I
The
will
grass
be
is practically
shivering.
flat.
Hello.
So Hannah and Lily, you head out for a little bit.
And I will, just to get it out of the way, do the mechanical part of it, of doing the herb gathering to see if she can find anything, and I'll have
Yeah.
that flavor how I set up the conversation with Lily. But
Right.
that is
In spirit.
yes, that is 7, which
Okay.
might not be enough for this terrain, given the
No.
cold and everything.
Current train is 9.
Yeah, that's what I
Do you
figured.
get the +1 against cold for this? Because you're still
That
wearing
would
the
be
cloak.
what it. Even with the
still
plus
give-
1, it would
It
only
would still be
be
an 8 when she needs a 9. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will point out that while you're looking for herbs and things, before you get into your conversation, like I said before, even though it's grasslands, the terrain sometimes rises and dips, and there's little rocky outcroppings. And as you're heading a bit away from camp, Lily actually sees little tracks from presumably this little dragon. And if you don't even have to follow them, they're just crisscrossing a little bit. And as you head around one of the larger rocky outcroppings, you see more of those grand raspberry bushes, just dotting the landscape far and wide. You really just picked his private patch. There's a lot of them. Either you or Hannah can once again try and pick one bushel of these if you want to.
Actually, I will, I think.
Okay, I can support you with that if that works.
For sure. So that's
Okay,
Dex
so-
and Int again?
Yes, Dex in. So that's searching for. Dex in. No, it's
Well,
not
that's
getting-
very bad.
Oh no.
I mean,
At a 4 in total?
So that was a 7, so it would give you a 5, which probably isn't enough in the terrain.
it
we're
is
in.
not enough. So I think this morning rattled you a little bit, and maybe you're, like, I would assume you're looking around for the little dragon a little too much, and you're a little too distracted while you're picking this. Also, depending on conversation Hannah wants to have with you, and you just slice part of your arm on one of these dagger-like thorns, and you take a hit point damage.
Got it.
But your condition's high enough to avoid the poison.
Ooh, okay. That's good. Awesome.
One of the reasons not everybody just goes around picking these things all the time for lots of money.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That makes sense. So yeah, I kind of imagine it's one of those where like it's a little bit of time passes, not super long, but I imagine I try and help Lily with that, and to sort of reflect that not being able to find anything and her being hurt a little bit. Just take a moment and just taking out a bottle, and maybe that's sort of what's helping it not be too severe. Like that for flavor wise, it's just she's helping like ensure that the poison is not stopping, and she's like, "You really should try not to worry so much."
I think I should. I think you're right, but yeah, that I think it's very much in my nature to worry.
You remind me far too much of my husband in that way. He always worried about me and Asuka quite a lot, or Asuka rather. He was a very kind soul, and he spent most of the mornings trying to make sure that I wasn't getting into too much trouble going out to get some of the herbs.
I hear you say was. Does that mean he's passed?
Yes, it's been
Sorry.
maybe a few weeks at most. It's not been very long since it's passed. Not since he's passed. But I'd like
I'm
to think
sorry.
he's. Oh, don't worry. I'll have my tears come out when they need to for him. It's one of those kinds of things where you never really let go of those people who matter the most to you.
I understand.
But and she just sort of takes out the notebook, and you can see. I don't remember all the things that Ikea showed me, and I don't always remember or recognize all the little notations he used to use for these notes. So Day's not as successful in getting anything for us. Like I like to think she's like fussing, like she spends a second, she's like you hear her muttering under her breath, like, is that supposed to be a 23 or a 27? Oh, his writing isn't always the best. And like that sort of to me reflects the failed like herb gathering. Like she goes to try and get a patch and like put things together to see if she finds something, and then she's like, oh no, I cut the wrong bit and it spoiled an area. But she takes care to avoid the raspberry patches. It's sometimes you don't always do so well, and sometimes you can't always help the people you want to help, but we do your best.
You're very, very right. This is true. Yeah, you're right. That's totally. You do bring me, like, this is very much, very pleasing to hear from you, because I do already care a lot about this group. I mean, I just have that sense of care. I mean, I do with my 2 children as well, and so like I just have to care for a lot of things, and so when people come into care like this, like a group, I do care about them a lot, like very, very, very fast. So, thank you for putting me at ease that I don't have to care all the time. Maybe.
Well, don't worry too much about it. We do what we can. We pay forward the good things we do in our lives to everyone else around us, so that they can pass on those sorts of good things. Or at least that's what Akia tried to pass on to me. I wasn't always the most other person oriented for a lot of my life, but I learned a lot about how to care about other people through him, and well, Asuka as well. They are some of the sweetest people I've ever had to have be a part of my life.
Who's Asuka?
She's my other. She's another part of my heart. She's my sweetness, as one might say. At least the sweetness that I have still alive in my life now. And I'm trying to find her. It's been a little while since I've gotten to see her, and a few weeks of just crying and being sad can be helpful, but I don't want to stay there. I can do good things. I can be happy with others. And I think I can be happy with her if I can find her.
I understand. We will do our best to help you get to her. I guess I think you really deserve that. You really do.
Oh, no one deserves good or bad. It will happen because we do things. That is all that life is.
So wise. You're so true.
No. I'm just an old lady who likes to travel, and it's been quite a long time since I've had a chance to travel. If I may ask, just one slight prying question, if you'll mind me being just a little fussy in return, since you try and be fussy for all of us.
I've already asked 2 prying questions, so of course you can.
What is the locket you wear? Does that belong to someone you care about?
It does. It does. It belonged to my mother, who sadly passed away. But I do have, and she takes it out. It takes a little while because it's buried underneath that corset thingy, and so she kind of has to force it out. And it really is a locket that opens up. And so when she opens it up, it has like two pictures of two little girls inside. And she says those are pictures of my daughters that I keep inside just to keep them close as I'm away. And yeah, they really do look like their mother. It's like an uncanny resemblance how they're also like they look like each other a fair lot, and so it's yeah, they're black and white pictures, and or maybe not pictures, maybe that doesn't really exist in this world, maybe it's just like drawings of them, like really
Pictures
detailed
exist.
drawings. Pictures exist, okay, so they are pictures.
They're rare, but they exist. There's a few towns that are a little more steampunky.
Interesting. And so yeah, she keeps those in there. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I trust they've had a wonderful person to watch over them.
They do. My father watches over them. Yeah, that's
It's not what I meant.
No.
She kind of like as you see her like finishing up trying to cork the bottle she was going to try and put a new one in, and you see her like just very gently poke you with the edge of it, almost being like, think nice of yourself.
And she says, oh, okay, well, that's very nice, thank you, I guess. Should we go back? Do you have anything you want to gather more, or?
Oh no, I have tried for today. I will give it another shot when we start the day tomorrow.
Okay, good to know.
Today is another day for adventure, and today is another day for you to lead us somewhere wonderful. Or at least interesting. Sometimes they're the same thing.
They are, sometimes.
Just, she like holds out a hand to like try and like wrap in yours, and sort of like, will you help guide a very weak old woman somewhere? And she's saying it very teasing and mockingly, because you can tell based off of what happened earlier with the plant, she's probably more limber than even she thinks she is.
And so she laughs loudly, and then she takes the arm and she's like, of course, friend.
Let's walk back to camp.
Okay. Hannah and Lily return to camp. Technically empty-handed, but
technically,
well,
empty-handed and open-armed.
There you go. I think with the other three, I feel a little bit sorry for Juniper for being left between Waden and Fern, still doing their young people, self-absorbed.
No. Fern is a little bit disheveled from what happened and is using her
Fern
emotional support goat.
Fair.
And has sat herself down in a corner and trying to teach Fern how to tap out numbers, which doesn't work because it's just a baby goat. But no, Fern is on her own.
Fern's on her own. I think
to themselves.
Let's say Juniper and Waden. You're on your own, ish.
Oh, interesting. I think I'm probably a little bit being like embarrassed and businesslike. Like, well, I'll just go take inventory of everything in the cart, make sure everything's okay. Since I'm doing some quartermastering work for our group.
Do you need any help with that? I know you seem to be doing a lot for us. I'd be happy to help. Or I don't know much about carts or merchant things, but I'd be willing to learn.
Well, I suppose you must have learned mathematics in your fancy noble school or whatever it is.
Well, yes, they taught us math and all the basic curriculum, but I haven't been out much. This is actually my first time really outside of the castle, so I'm still new to a lot of this stuff, and I want to help. I want to learn. I don't know. I always hear stories of my parents and friends, and everyone says how life changing it is to go on a journey and see the world and have all these wonderful experiences. And I don't know. I have, I guess, some expectations and some just that I'm leaving up to mystery. But I really don't know what to expect.
Oh, that's great. And you can see she's like really touched by you sharing this, and is kind of trying to like think of what to say. And then she just sort of like gives you like a punch in the arm and says like, "Well, stick with me, kid. You'll do great. As long as you can count, bags of rice or whatever, then yeah, that's all you'll need. Come on, check it out."
Yeah, of course. Just show me where it goes, and kind of maybe not much conversation goes on beyond that, but just kind of quietly working together and
like setting things to rights and stuff. The barrel is
only
tipped
a few words between them, but just kind of quietly working diligently.
Yeah, that's nice.
The punch in the arm really got me.
Yeah, me too.
Every so often, a little. Maybe it was.
I just started giggling and show me where it
She's
goes.
got a
It might
6 in
bruise.
strength. She's not weak.
Yeah, every so often, kind of maybe favoring that arm. It was unexpected and a little
frozen village.
rough.
I've actually gotten
people.
punched a lot of times.
God.
Oh, I'm just so happy with this.
Show me where it
Sorry.
goes.
Actually blushing.
Show me where it
Oh my
goes.
God.
Viewers,
Not
you
a
have
euphemism.
a season of this
Not
to
a
look
euphemism.
forward to all of this ridiculousness to look forward to. Let's see if our GM lasts long enough through us doing this.
We need to make her cry as much as the ginger beer did last time.
This is true.
That's
That
all
hurts so
Actually,
bad.
I actually got a bottle of that for Mother's Day, and it burns.
Ooh.
I love it.
I know, right?
So we had four different people, two couples with their own like sweet, heartwarming reasons to induce tears, and then Lana just adds in, I had ginger beer and it made me burn.
Yeah.
I
It
love
was
it.
really nice.
Well, I tried to make my goat count.
Yes. Okay. Now, Clover. 2. Anna! Try again. 2. No? Is the dragon laughing at me?
You don't hear it actually, no. I think I would like everyone to roll their travel checks, and then we'll wrap it up for this time. And next time, you can tell us all about how those travel checks work out in the role play sense of the word.
And what did we roll again?
Let me check so I don't say it wrong, because I shouldn't
Strength and
lie
dex.
to you. Strength and dex.
Strength and dex. Oh.
Strength and dex.
Ooh.
I'll let everyone else go first. Because I'm embarrassed.
I already see a 10. Mm-hmm. Lily?
3.
Oh, for
Juniper?
Looking for. Is there no? There we go. I guess it counts as hard exercise.
Mine is a 3
Not a euphemism.
as well.
I
You
got
also have a 3?
Yeah, on 2d8s.
Oh. Hang on, Juniper got a 6. Hannah?
I think if the roll 20's doing it right, I got a 9.
Alright, so we have 2 people who pass. Hannah and Fern. Success, the character will travel all day without harm, so if we're playing next time, you're pretty chill. Juniper, Wei, and Lily we'll find out what happens to you to half your hit points as you're traveling along next time.
Oh god.
Half of my hit points is a lot too.
It doesn't happen right this instant, but somewhere along the journey, something's going to happen to you that's going to cause you to lose half your hit points before you camp for the night.
And just falls out of the sky on your head.
Rocks fall, everyone
rocks
dies
fall.
down.
Wait, Anik, would an 8 have passed it?
No.
Okay.
Target today's 9.
Okay. Just double check.
That sucks.
I can double check all I want. I rolled a 3. I'm not even gonna bother.
Guys, heartfelt conversations are really bad for traveling, you know. It's just... Take a
Everyone's
minute
like,
with
"How
your
long
emotional
is
that
support goat.
We need to get going. Jeez, it's like 11.
You really need to get going, guys. This is taking forever. So we'll end today with you having made no progress on your journey geographically, but much character moments.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
What is this game really about? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason I mixed blue into my green Ryujin. Human connections, people. Alright, so we will be finishing tonight's session. I'm gonna stop the touching music because otherwise I'm gonna go insane.
That was a great choice, though.
I couldn't stop it. I do like the person who said in chat that in the distance we hear Careless Whisper being sung by a grass dragon.
That was
And I was looking for like the McLeod version of Careless Whisper. And I couldn't find it fast enough, but I'm gonna get it before the season is over because this is happening. I'm
Heck
already
yeah.
shipping this. It's fine.
This.
Which one?
Which one?
That's,
I mean-
that's the correct answer?
Yeah. All right. So, shout out to everyone who followed. I don't think anybody subbed necessarily, but we had a few new follows. So, welcome to the craziness. Hang in there. Remember, we have a Discord. Feel free to discuss your favorite ships there. We also have a Patreon that helps support the channel and its mission to support LGBTQT and BIMPOC streamers. And also the merch we have up on Nerdware. Sponsors in general, I'm just gonna list them off real fast because we're running out of time, but they know we love them. Tabletop Loot, So Nerdware, Roll20, Devon Rue, all amazing. Go follow them, they're cool. I should be telling you what is up next on Welcome to the Party RPG. And last time that was sneakily whispered to me just before it happened, and they didn't tell me today. So I don't know. I'm the worst. I will admit it right now. Can I find it? It has to be here somewhere, right? There's a schedule somewhere. Someone send me at some point. I think. Oh, right, it's the one I couldn't pronounce because it's like the 9th language I never learned. Lingua Meha on New to the Party, the sister channel for newer players. And I'm pretty sure SideQuest is still doing Star Wars month with this.
We are playing For the Queen tonight.
Yeah, I should probably be excited about this, but you know, it's the wrong version of science fiction because it's not Star Trek.
My God.
Wow.
So maybe if you ever do a Star Trek month, I'll remember you.
I will note
Or
for the
something?
record that actually GMing For the Queen is not like at all any cog load or any like real big prep. So if you wanted to do a Star Trek like royal version, it would not be very hard at all.
I could be a
Let it
Borg
go.
queen. I could be a Borg queen.
Oh my god, that would actually be interesting. Like you're all the
Role-playing drones. It's a very boring show.
No, you can be like, no, you'll be like Lucretius. You have to get out. No. We'll talk.
Escape
For
room.
now, they're doing Star Wars at 9 or something. Again, why Star Wars? Never mind. People love Star Wars. May the Fourth be with you, etc., etc.
We do.
I'm trying, okay? I really don't like Star Wars. I'm sorry.
you are
hurts.
I fully
So it
respect
feels
you
like
and your
I'm-
opinion.
It's okay.
You are not required to feign any interest and joy and love you do not have.
Thank God.
Exactly.
You can
would
support
not-
the channel and not be hyped for every single game that happens.
True.
Perhaps I can redeem myself a little bit. I did enjoy The Mandalorian.
Yay!
Yeah.
which is
That's good
their
enough for me.
universe, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
But that's a
good enough
spaghetti
for me.
western. That's
Space Western. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
not Star Trek.
fine.
And they're at 9. Your weird time, because it's already 10 p.m. here, you weirdos. Pretty sure we should be raiding someone, and I just asked who we were raiding, and I didn't get an answer, so I don't know yet.
I might have some.
Oh, cool.
I think I'm supposed to be in charge of that now.
I'm pretty
'Cause I
sure
didn't
you
have
are.
I didn't have permission to last time, so someone else did it for me.
I think they're assuming you're all grown up now.
If
Also-
I'm able to.
Do we do outros for letting people
Yeah,
know?
let's just do the outros while Michael clicks on things to make the raid happen in 5 minutes.
I've been working
Uh,
on it. I've been trying.
We'll just go around the same way at the start, so Michael's last and has the most time to mentally prepare. Fern,
There we go.
outros.
Oh, me.
Fern slash
Yeah.
Lana. Yes, you.
Lana lays 4 on almost every social, and you can't spell it because it's Dutch, so just it's over there. Me, my big hat, and my wig malfunction will be back next week, and so will Blower.
All right. Lily slash Inez.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Hi, it's me, your friend Inez. You will and can find me everywhere on @Inez666 or put an underscore at the end of it. Whatever. It's in that space thing. Whatever, like Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I do variety streams. I'm planning on getting back in soon. My meds have not been treating me well, so soon we will get there. I think that's it. Well, I have this one, this campaign that I'm turning in, of course, every week. Then I have Saturdays on Torn Pixies channel, which this Saturday we won't be running, but the next Saturday we will. That's it for campaigns for me, I think. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Love you.
Juniper slash Alex.
There. Excuse me. I had some raspberry stuck in my throat. I've been eating raspberries
Sudden
this whole
puberty.
time, so I'm almost out of them.
There we go.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter @Zendaris, and I design games at zendaris.itch.io. If you are a fan of dragons watching this, I have a Firebrands formula game called Dragon Hearts that is about the clash of oversized personalities between shapeshifting dragons. Now I want to play a mischievous grass dragon in there because that actually seems like it would be really fun. I am also in the Monster of the Week campaign that this channel is running on Wednesdays at 5 Eastern, I think? Or is it 5 Pacific? It's 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. Yep. I know what it is. And I'm actually playing a
Time
dragon
zones,
in that
man.
one, which is really fun. Somebody drew fan art of my dragon, and it was really cute, and you can see it on my Twitter if you want to check it out.
All right. Thank you. Hannah slash Angela.
Hello there, everybody. It's been a wonder to impart old lady wisdom and make you feel crying feels and happy sweetness as I indulge in sharing my love for everyone's characters. You can find me on Twitter @Phoenix24FM. I have a pinned tweet with all the things that I do work on. Namely, recently there is an issue about my process for going into transition on estradiol after my and processing that in relation to my mother's recent passing. She passed away in February, and I wrote an article, being a trans woman, reflecting on motherhood about it. So that's a thing you can find on the Art for Ourselves site that I write for as a contributing writer. We just had a spring equinox issue come out. I am a poet. I do panels every now and then on just a lot of queer world building and like BIMPOC focused world creation, and I'm also in charge of, as of last night, the Numenera campaign that's happening on Sunday nights, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, in a homebrew world of Erovin. So, and if you are someone who is looking for acoustic-related pieces for your home games, for TTRPGs, it doesn't matter what the setting or what have you is, I'm willing to write for you original pieces for it, as I've already done for one short shot series called Politics and Plagues that our Welcome to the Party channel did a while back. So folks who want a just queer trans lady who's just really, really gay in a bunch of different ways to help you out and do stuff for you, writing or music-wise, hit me up.
All right, thank you very much. Waden/Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael at Michael Elliott. You can see that is my Twitter and my Instagram on the screen. I right now, and as far as RPG related content, this is the only thing I'm doing right now. I stream on my Twitch at Admiral_effort. I have playing like Valorant and League of Legends and Dead by Daylight, stuff like that. If you like those games, I'll be streaming them. If you're interested in other stuff that I'm working on outside of this, I'm an actor, voice actor. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are usually good ways to get in touch with me. And I'm looking to hopefully do more RPG stuff in the future, since I have nothing but free time right now, thanks to the state of things. So,
All right.
that's my pitch.
I am Anik. You can find me on Twitter at Anikster. That's technically also my Instagram, but I don't think I've posted in like a year, so my Twitter is mainly retweets of cute things or angry politics. I might be Dutch. I have an opinion on everything. It's just what I do. I also paint stuff. Paintings are also in there. Commissions are open if you like watercolor painting, because I cannot draw to save my life. You better like watercolors if you want anything I do. I am currently only running campaigns on this channel. A whole lot of offline stuff. I don't stream myself. I don't have my own Twitch channel, but I'm happy to run stuff on other people's channels. So feel free to consider me for other things. I am also a delight as a player, if I do say so myself. Nothing but glowing reviews. And I'm very excited for this game, and I totally want to see what happens next week.
Me too.
Yes.
I saw you. Michael, who are we raiding?
If the command works for me, we're raiding smaller
Bildo
00. They're doing looks like a wild mount game that they are running right now.
It's one of the settings I bought and don't have time for.
One that I haven't bought it yet, but I am excited for it.
Me no time.
I have
buy
like
so
3
much
other
stuff I
settings
don't
that
have
I don't
time
have time
for.
for.
We'll add it to the pile.
I bought everything on Numenera when it was on the Humble Bundle, and I don't have time for it either.
It's a lot, and it's really fun.
It's a lot.
And I am blessed to have some of the most ridiculous players that break me even faster than my previous group of players break me in terms of sending me into a fit of giggles at the start of a session.
I still have to get back into our Star Trek adventure game because I'm the captain of a starship and I got abducted at the finish of last season.
Oh, fun.
And it's actually my brother who DMs this for us. So I got abducted by my Klingon wife that I didn't know I had.
Well,
Awesome.
I thought it was a one-night stand, okay? I didn't know any better. I don't know how
when
this
I
works.
was treating your wounds, I told you it wasn't smart to go with strange Klingon ladies.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I
I don't think the raid command is working.
No, the raid command is
Is
not
someone
working.
else capable of doing
Someone else
that?
might have to have that go through for us.
I don't have that.
Yes, someone. We need clearance. We need an adult
Hopefully.
here.
We need an adult here.
We need an adult.
We
No,
need an adult to push
the
the
Twitch version is we need a Twitch adult, and then when you need another version of that, we need a Twitchier Twitch adult.
Yep, hang on.
Twitchier adult.
I'm just gonna ask people
Help
on
us.
Discord. Are you
Yeah.
asking Anthony?
Yeah, I was about to.
Variety. Save us from the necessity of me having to vamp for the last 15 minutes of this, because I will do. I have done this for a playtest for 45 minutes.
Start now. Lana's already ahead of you. Come on, get to it.
Filibustering our raid.
Filibuster our raid. Okay, so
I have
for
faith in you guys. You can make this happen.
people still in the chat, who do you imagine is going to end up with who at the end of this? Who do you think is going to die?
Look,
who will,
are you-
who will enact the betrayal?
Look, are you ship Lilana or Wainiper? That's the
I
real
think it's-
tea that I want to know.
I like Lilana, but I think it should be like Furley. Furley.
Bird.
Burly, dude.
Furley.
I think.
Furley?
I think
Furley
we
or
have someone
Wainiper?
in the chat. So the person
Oh,
coming
boy.
in the chat, I believe Anthony is helping us out in a second for doing the command.
I don't know.
But-
I mean, it's like interspecies, but Fern and Sven are sleeping together. You know?
Clover and Sven are sleeping together.
I mean, Clover and Sven. Oh, I'm tired, guys.
Yeah, I was
It's like, hold on.
That's my
was
number one
like-
ship.
Look, what's Fern doing with Sven?
Clover. Okay, I'm looking at a picture of
No.
myself, and
I'm
Clover
sorry,
is
but I
above
think
my
no, I'm
name.
sorry. I think Clover and Sven are really more of like
Siblings.
adult elk baby goat adoptive situation where he's
Yeah.
teaching her the way how to travel on the road. We have 5
Aw.
seconds,
And
apparently,
with that,
guys.
we have 5
Hopefully
seconds.
we'll
We love
see
you
you
all.
next
Thank
Bye.
week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Twitch
Thank
adult.
you.
We really needed another Twitch adult. We love you forever. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hopefully, see you soon at some point in time.
And we're
Happy
off.
days. That went well.